Hello, people. Hello, Izzy. Hello, who else is here?
I'm here.
Hello, Miss. Hello, Miss Lenity. I don't know who that is. Nice to meet you if you're new and checking out the stream. Thank you.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
Hi. Well, so to get us started off, today basically we are gonna be talking about our top favorite TV shows. And yet again, we have our friend Krishna here in green to join us yet again as a guest on the show.
Yet again.
Yeah, for those of you who
The
have
second
been,
time. Only the
yes,
second time.
for those of you who have been long-time fans of the Downtime Podcast, because we've been here long enough at this point. Hi, Alex. Yes, today he was here previously for the movies, live action movies episode. Yes, I just realized for some reason the chat keeps disappearing. Whoops. What is going on? Sorry, what's that?
I only see one line at a time.
Yeah, I don't. They last for 30 seconds, but I don't know why that's happening here. Let me fix that real quick. But yes, just to quickly introduce myself, this voice you hear right now is Tarun, the one in orange, and the one in blue, Tim, is
right here. Hello.
Hi. Someone brought up a good point. I believe it was Tim or Krishna who said, how are they going to it was Krishna how are they going to differentiate us? So here you go. I am Tarun.
It's going to be behind.
The one in blue is Tim and the one in green is Krishna.
Yeah, we get it.
Yes, I mean the voices though. Which one is Tim? Tim?
Hello.
Yeah, and Krishna?
Hi.
Okay, cool. There. I hope that's clear now.
So wait, have we just been doing like this whole podcast for like the past?
I mean, in the first
3-4 months, and it's just like nobody knows who's actually talking the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Oh wow. Okay,
messages.
You should add those. You should add those circles. You know, the glowing circles like you had on YouTube previously.
I can't do that here, but I have found
that's a bit hard to do, I think.
I have found an alternative that a friend, that Kimmy, if you guys remember, that's a Rosaire in the chat. She's not here at the moment, but she sent me an alternative solution, which was like a VTuber tool we can use to help with that. So whenever I find the time, I'll try and implement that into our stream, and hopefully it can make that similar effect we had last time with the podcast when we were previously doing it with the Offset podcast.
Sounds good. Shout out to Kimmy again.
Yes, shout out to Kimmy.
You out a lot.
Yes. Anyway, chat shouldn't disappear anymore. If anyone wants to type and test that out.
And then just nothing.
Nothing. Great. Testing. Oh, hi. Yes, thank you. And I'll send one too. There we go. Testing out.
Let's just maybe before we get started, how's everyone doing? Everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing?
Yes, how's everyone?
Yeah.
How's everyone's days? How are everyone's days?
How are you guys? I'd like to know because I haven't caught up with you both in a while.
Picks. Oh, us? We're doing okay. I've been extremely busy, thus haven't streamed in the past 2 weeks.
I don't know if you guys saw Turin's incredible playthrough of Mass Effect 2 where he just forgot all the controls.
It's been 2 weeks, okay? That's enough time to forget controls. Thanks for your very helpful tips, Tim. Bruh, it really helped. God. No, but it's been extremely busy.
You're welcome.
But I think we're back. We're ready. And hopefully we have more of a plan on what we want to do with our podcast in the future. And other content. We're still discussing. Yeah. So anyway, I guess we should get started with who should go first. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. So just
let's
like
see the wheel.
any other episode, yes. Let's look at the wheel of who the hell is gonna go first time.
It's literally called the wheel of names. You just okay.
Yeah. The wheel of names. Not sponsored, but I don't think they can sponsor anyone, so yes. All right, anyway. All right. So as you see, 3 of us, blue, Tim, Krishna, green.
I have
orange.
noticed my name is in white. Is
yes.
there a reason?
Yes, there is. The Wheel of Names has decided to do that.
Okay, sure. All right.
I guess it just finds you special, Tim. Okay. God. It just thought it should highlight you.
Be honest, you didn't even notice, did you?
No, I noticed, but I can't do anything about changing it.
All right. Just spin the wheel.
All right. Let's see. Who's going? Oh, will it be me first for the first time? Is it gonna be Krishna? Oh, it's Krishna!
Wait.
Oh, wow. That was really close. That was real close. All right, so we're gonna go and talk about Krishna's thing.
Okay.
I should probably actually full screen preview. Oh, I could just do this. That's cool.
Yeah.
Transitions.
Okay, so,
all right, there we go. Here's Krishna's list. Krishna. Let's start it off.
So I mean, of course, when we make these lists, it's not necessarily the best TV shows of all time. It's just that what have we watched that we found fun and interesting and left an impact. So it's a mix of what we've seen recently that's been really good, and some of the best shows of all time. So first, I have The Boys, then Stranger Things, Black Mirror, really good one. Then The Office, almost everybody on the planet knows about this show. Breaking Bad, Justice League animated from the 90s. Chernobyl by HBO. Bodyguard on Netflix. And another show called, it's a web series called Pictures by TVS, which is Indian. So yeah, that's my list.
Indian, you said.
So where would you like me to start?
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I think the only reason why you don't have anything by the next Saturday is I don't know if he's directed TV. So, I see Justice League, so
Yep.
So I'm guessing
close enough.
They're kind of the superhero influence
Justice
on this
League.
list.
Justice League is a really good
huge
pick.
comic book movie.
Close enough.
Don't let that bias my decision.
Well, I guess
no, but there's good picks, I think. Some of the stuff I've watched and I've enjoyed.
Yes.
So
I mean, well, there's only a few shows on here that I haven't watched, which are the bottom 3 actually: Chernobyl, Bodyguard, and The Pictures.
Big F.
What? Well,
Yeah,
Chernobyl, yes, I know. I've heard a lot of people talk about Chernobyl and say anyone should watch it, and I still haven't gotten around to watching it. But I know that
Chernobyl, I think
the director for that show,
good.
is it the director or the writer? Is it for that show's doing the Last of Us HBO show, which is coming up soon. I think.
I think it's the writer, Craig Mazin. I think
the
it's
writer. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the writer, which is awesome because, well, if you haven't seen Chernobyl, you should.
Yeah, it's this really dark, really gritty dramatization of the Chernobyl disaster, which, if you don't know, a nuclear reactor was busted open and let out a huge amount of radiation, killed lots of people.
I think that's a really good place to start, actually, because I watched it and I found it. It is gruesome. It is horrifying, but at the same time, I found I couldn't stop watching it because it was so gripping. I don't know if you found the same sort of thing.
Yep, exactly. I couldn't stop watching. I binged the whole thing, basically from start to finish.
Yeah, it's limited series, by HBO. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I think what really gets you in that show is the performances of the actors, and also the conflict between. There's the conflict between the bosses, and the subordinates. Those who were ordered to run the reactor beyond safe limits, and then the political climate that led them through how they made decisions in order to contain the event. So that part was really interesting for me.
So is it a autobiography, biography?
It's like a historical drama, so it's like based on the actual event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know what I've seen because I did a little bit of research about the show after I watched it, and apparently a lot of people said the way they did like the set design, it's really quite like accurate to what people in that sort of region in the Soviet Union would have worn at the time.
Right.
But then I've also seen other people sort of say that there are bits of it that are not accurate to what actually happened. So I think that's kind of interesting.
I feel like
there's this sort of.
I feel like that happens with a lot of historical dramas,
Yeah, because you need to find a balance between, making good drama and, telling, recreating the truth or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it has a disclaimer of like events have been dramatized for film's sake, or right? Most historical dramas.
Yeah. I kind of enjoyed it because I think it carries a lot of theme about. There's sort of theme about what the dangers of ignoring science and hiding the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I think is very, disturbingly relevant, even sort of nowadays, because I think what they try to do is they really try to get at that sort of underlying sort of themes, and the way they do it is like they sort of show how it still sort of applies to disasters even today.
Yeah.
And like even I saw some people compare it to sort of the pandemic responses.
Oh.
So it's sort of interesting in that way.
Yeah, some people just live in blissful ignorance and pretend nothing happened. Try to go about their lives, but eventually it all catches up.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's sort of really powerful because it shows you like, here's the cost of pretending nothing's wrong. Here's the cost of pretending like, it's not so bad. And here's the cost of hiding the truth. So, obviously, Tarun, has anyone actually recommended this to you? Because I'd be surprised if someone hasn't.
No, I've gotten some people who recommended this to me, but I just haven't gotten around to watching it.
It's really something that everybody should watch, I think. It's... Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go down your list here. I think I've heard of this show, but I've never actually seen it, called Bodyguard. What is it?
Yeah, so it's basically this army vet who was back in normal life. He suffers from a bit of PTSD.
Right.
He has family issues, and so he's assigned to protect this very polarizing political figure, right? Whom at times has made decisions that even he doesn't agree with, but it's his job to protect that person. So actually, what I like about this show is it's really, really tense in some places. In most places, actually. It starts with the opening is basically him on a train trying to talk a terrorist out of detonating. What do you call the jacket you put on with bombs?
Bomb vest?
Yeah, a bomb vest. Yeah. He tries to talk someone out of it, and he succeeds. I mean, but it's still really, really tense.
I've heard of The Bodyguard. I haven't checked it out though. So
Yeah, you should watch it if you have spare time. Like if you just want to put something on, uh, you know, pass the time, but still be entertained. This is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah, lots of action. It's
Hmm.
gunfights and all. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. You want to go to the office?
I want to go to pictures because I have no idea what that
Pictures.
is.
Oh yeah.
I have no
okay,
idea what
so-
that is either.
Yeah. So this is a story about 4 entrepreneurs in
Right.
the city of Mumbai.
Mhm.
They try creating. Actually, the interesting bit is you never really know what their company is about. It's just a drama about what entrepreneurs face, the challenges they face trying to create a company from scratch, and yeah, and it's really funny and really serious.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see why someone like you might want to watch that because I know you're quite a little. I think you have a little bit of that spirit in you. So I think
Yeah.
you would enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess.
What kind of company is it that they're trying to start up in the show?
What kinds of companies? It could be like
Oh, they're
a
multiple.
new app, or
So it's like multiple companies.
yeah, multiple,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
The company, what the business itself doesn't. It's just a day in the life of entrepreneurs, I guess.
Right.
And the pressures they face from their family, their existing jobs, and having to leave it, having to disagree with their families, or defend their uh, ideas and decisions. It's
Okay.
quite a show. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an interesting one. I've never actually heard of it.
I'll
if I'm gonna
probably
Yeah,
watch it. I
because
think.
the thing is, in India,
Yeah.
like I don't know about now. Now people are more open to startups. The startup scene is quite big here, but before, people sort of looked down upon startups and entrepreneurs as, oh, he's gonna fail. Why is he taking a risk? Why not just stay in your full-time job, earn enough money, raise a family? So, I mean, this is a show that I guess celebrates the entrepreneurial spirit. And yeah.
I think this is maybe like I get the impression that it sort of gets you at like a cultural level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you would
How
say,
so?
but well, I guess what you were saying about, I guess maybe I don't know much about the startup scene in India, but I guess maybe it's like, as you say, it's growing, and maybe it's sort of. I know personally, I tend to enjoy shows that have movies, games that tend to have more of where I can sort of see what I would consider my culture in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's always more to relate to. So maybe I guess the impression I got from what you were talking about just now is that you saw maybe that was one of the factors in why you enjoyed it so much, I guess.
I mean, yeah, there are cultural elements, like very Indian elements to it, but I mean, it appeals to everyone, I guess. You can watch it. Anyone can watch it.
Yeah, I feel like you could argue anyone could really watch this. It's not really about relating to a certain type of culture, other than maybe a few bits and pieces from it.
Yeah, I mean, for example, one of the characters in here is a full-time programmer. He has a wife and an overbearing father, right?
Yeah.
And he lies to his father. Like, he tries to lie and sort of not tell him the truth about what he plans to do. Like, split his time between his work and developing this idea with these 3 other guys. So you get to see a bit of that drama as he tries to stand up for himself against a father who thinks he's looking out for his son, but probably not in the way that is good for him. So yeah. Yeah. I guess that's the part that really resonated with me.
people.
I don't have that problem. My
Yeah.
dad supports what I do, but I mean, I can understand. I can understand the parent. I can understand how you would be in that situation. So
Right.
yeah.
Mm.
Hey, well, let's talk about The Office because I know pretty much everyone I know has either like heard of The Office or seen The Office.
I think most people have seen The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
if
you guys have seen it, right?
I've seen it.
The whole thing?
I watched a couple seasons, not the whole thing, because personally, I think maybe yeah, I know.
Seriously? I've watched it.
Yeah,
like
well,
9
here's
times.
the thing. I think actually, I think I have a good excuse for that because I got
Why?
to
No.
halfway through the second season, maybe,
Mm.
or halfway through the third season, something like that, and I was actually really really enjoying the show. And I think it's really really funny.
Right.
But the thing about it is, I think I found the character of Michael to be like so cringe.
That's the whole point, though.
That's the
That's
point.
the whole point.
Dude.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of the character, right? And I think it's
Yeah.
a credit, really, to Steve Carell's acting that he managed to get me to stop watching the show because he was so cringe.
That's
I just
probably
couldn't-
not
I
the
just couldn't
intention.
I just literally could not take watching that anymore because every single moment where his character's on the screen, it's just like,
Oh no.
dude, just please do not.
Yes, it works
So
so
I think
well.
it works so well,
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Um,
right, Izzy.
and I've never gone back to it.
Pam and her Pam Pams. Right? Yeah, that's one of the many like cringy lines he says.
I saw a video where they were breaking down. Oh yeah, what about the UK version, Tim? Have you ever
The
seen
UK version I've also seen. Yes.
that? I have
It's,
not seen
I've
that
not seen
one.
the-
It's also good, but it's kind of I don't know, it's just different, you know. Ricky
It is,
Gervais
it
plays Steve Carell's character. So
Well-
he has a different name as well.
Yeah,
David Brent,
because
right?
I think so. I know they have an episode in the US version where they have a crossover. Where
Oh yeah.
Ricky
Not
Gervais.
a crossover. It's just Steve Carell and Ricky Gervais meeting, and like
Yeah.
the characters are so similar, you feel like it's a
Yeah, and
it's a nod to the show.
they get get along well together.
Yeah.
it's just
It's a shame though. I wanted Ricky Gervais to like come back. to
No,
humor.
I believe the US version is superior. Okay.
Yeah, it is superior.
Yes.
I mean, they have an advantage
Yeah.
in that they've gone on longer and they've gotten to develop the Michael character. He has a lot of heart, so Tim, you should keep watching.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So,
definitely
yeah,
on my
I prefer
list
the
because I know
US
it's. I was really enjoying it. I thought it was really funny.
My whole favorite bit of the show is really Jim pranking Dwight, throughout the whole
Oh, yeah.
series. And I saw a video of someone breaking down how much money Jim has put into pranking Dwight. And over the course of the show, I believe he spent a total of $10,000 just to prank Dwight.
Yeah, and in one of the episodes, I think they know he's pranking him.
Yeah.
You know, the one with the meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was a good reversal.
And the whole
Also, Izzy, if anyone shames you for liking the US version, just ignore them because they don't know what they're talking.
fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to swear.
Clearly, we got we got two fans of The Office on here.
You have 3 on the show right now, Tim.
Yeah. Anyway, watch it, Tim.
I mean,
like,
I will say that I'm a big believer of if you watch something you enjoy, be proud of that, right? You like what you like, whatever.
Anyway.
Go for it.
But one of the ones I'm, I guess, a little surprised, but not too surprised that you have on here is called The Boys.
what about it is surprising?
That it's comedic. It's dark, but it's comedic.
Yeah, it's very dark,
Yeah, and it's very
but very funny.
yeah.
Also, which is
I was gonna
awesome.
say grounded, but it's not grounded. It's not at all grounded. I mean, in some aspects of it is.
It's a really wonky version of reality, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to accept that there are superheroes that exist.
Yeah. Well, before we
But
go
then, if you
on,
move past that, okay, go on.
Tim, do you know what The Boys is?
Yeah, I've heard of The Boys.
Do you know the synopsis or summary of the show?
I have a very rough picture of what it's about, and I have heard various things
It's
about
basically
Yeah.
It's basically about some superheroes being assholes. Okay.
Well,
that's essentially how it was explained to me.
a lot of the superheroes being assholes.
Yeah. Especially, so here's the situation. There's a company that that sort of owns a bunch of superheroes, like the Justice League. It includes Homelander, which is like a Superman equivalent, but he's really really.
Essentially, what
He's
I
an
heard about
asshole.
it was just basically like it's like Marvel or DC, but like really twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which is essentially
basically
like-
flipping the whole
Yeah.
superhero genre on its head a bit. It's not
Yeah.
the typical like superheroes are good and they're pure and they have good morals. Like no, these ones
Yeah.
are broken. They have issues.
Yeah.
They-
Every character is unique. Every one of them. It's like having the Justice League gone rogue and the Suicide Squad gone rogue again, but who also have good people.
Yeah,
know?
it's basically a bit more fucked up than
Yeah.
an evil Superman, let's say.
Yeah.
I know evil Superman's been done a couple of times, like Injustice being a very popular one nowadays. But no, it goes. I wouldn't say it goes further than that, but it goes deeper than that.
Yeah.
And basically the ones, and you're like, oh, okay, if the superheroes who are supposed to be the good guys are the bad guys, then who are the good guys? Well, it's a bunch of human beings and one, what was her name? The girl who plays Katana in Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, she's also in it. Yeah, she plays like a Wolverine type character.
Yeah, she doesn't have claws. She's just like
Just
part
regenerative.
Yeah, I forget her name.
I guess I can see why they would make something like this.
I mean, it's based on a comic
It makes
book.
sense.
It's not like
Yeah.
they came up with it from a TV show. It's a comic book, but it's not like adapting the comic book scene by scene. It's their own adaptation.
Fair enough.
Since they change up some of the characters a little bit, but it's fine. It all works.
Because I know, like, wasn't it with Watchmen, which I know
Yeah, it's kind of like
Is that
Watchmen actually.
kind of
Right.
similar, isn't it?
But more
But
comedic
then I know the thing about
More
Watchmen was
comedic
that
and
they
more
were-
assholery.
and more twisted.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, more twisted.
Yeah, because I thought the thing about Watchmen was like I know the Watchmen's actually like the creator of the comics, the Watchmen comics. He actually said
Yeah.
that
Alan Moore.
he doesn't watch any adaptations because he believes like Watchmen is a comic book and that's the only way it should exist or something like that.
Right?
Yeah, he's very
So
protective.
he's not watched Zack Snyder's version, the movie. He's not watched the more recent HBO TV show either. Or
lies.
something like that.
Lies. I think he has. I
Um,
think he's just.
And then
Probably
you just
ignore, but I
say-
know he's a little. I know he has a reputation for being a little strange anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, he kind of has to watch it too. I'm sure he's a consultant.
I remember then there's a whole thing about like they put like the creators down as like creative consultants, whatever. And it's like, did you really do anything? It's probably like
Yeah, did
no,
he
it was
play
on set or
along?
whatever. But yeah, he just like did
Did
whatever.
he actually help you make the movie? You know,
Yeah,
how helpful was he? I wonder.
probably not
Yeah.
that much considering how he feels about adaptations. I'm guessing. I mean, it may be just like he was, kind of involved. Like I emailed him once. That's kind of how it goes.
We emailed him, kind of like how George Lucas was a creative consultant for the new trilogy.
Yeah, he was not.
Oh yeah.
No, he was, officially speaking. Officially
Yeah,
speaking.
visually speaking, man, it's just like what was it?
But it's already come out and said they didn't take any of his advice. So,
I
anyway,
mean,
back
Yeah.
back on topic.
back up
Yeah.
to the boys, yeah.
If you like, what's his name again? The guy on the cover. Like, shit.
Carl Urban,
Carl Urban, isn't it? Yeah.
Carl Urban. Yeah.
Billy.
If you like
on the
him as
show.
an actor, he is amazing.
Yeah, he's amazing in this.
You should
show.
watch it.
Yeah.
That was diabolical.
Yeah. Not at all like his character in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is Star Trek one of the things he's
He's
known for?
freaking
Though?
cool in this one.
I'd say one of his more well-known roles it would be in Star Trek.
I think I would know him better as Dredd.
I haven't watched Dredd. I heard it was really shit, so I never watched it.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay, sure. I mean,
don't think
personally, I'm not really into like superhero stuff, but I know this is actually something that's been recommended to me when I say I'm not into superhero stuff.
Yeah, this
because
is
it's like
I would say this is the
Yeah,
superhero
yeah.
shows for people who don't like superhero shows.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe.
yeah, but then again, I've also heard it's like really gory and stuff, which I'm not.
Yeah, that's the
Personally
twisted
enjoy
part
it,
of
so.
it.
Yeah,
You
personally,
don't
I'm not
like
into
gore?
that. Don't mind it when it's like I don't know what you realistic, authentic.
Mhm.
It makes sense.
Maybe in the
Proportional?
superhero sense,
Proportionate. That's the word.
it makes sense.
But then,
I'd say the gore in this makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
then,
makes
like,
sense.
if it's
In
I
some
heard it's not
cases, it's
proportionate.
funny too.
Yeah,
To be
exactly.
honest. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
not really my thing.
it's not that. So it's like they get very creative with their kills. Let's just say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
Dude, it reminds me of the first one. I'm not gonna spoil it for Tim, but
don't worry.
don't
Don't worry about spoiling if you.
Yeah.
you know how they kill. You know how they killed
the guy with the skin. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
man, genius.
Genius. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. You have Stranger Things on here. How has this
Yeah.
made your top 9, sir? I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm just saying, yeah.
That's the one I watched recently after 2 years of saying, maybe I'll watch it. I ended up watching it. Yeah, it's great. I couldn't stop watching it. Like from the first season to the second season, I binged the whole thing. 2 days straight. And then the third season. Yeah. So it's about. Do I have to explain this? People
I think people
can
have heard
look
of
it up.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, very popular show.
Who hasn't heard of Stranger Things though?
Yeah. So aliens, conspiracy theory, government hiding things, all the stuff you love.
A different universe.
In this. Yeah.
All the superhero elements are in this as well.
Yeah, super. Okay, I guess so.
We have a
more
11-year-old
like
girl who possesses telekinesis, and there are other people as well with other powers. Come on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you're fighting monsters from a different universe or a different world or dimension. I don't know. The upside down, they say.
Yeah, the upside down.
And then we
It's
have
like the spirit realm.
also, I find it really funny how, a little spoiler, the police officer Steve, you know what happens to him at the end of season 3, right?
Steve.
Yep.
Steve. Like the sheriff?
Yeah, the
Right?
sheriff.
What happens to him? He dies, right?
No?
He sacrifices himself.
You're the one who
Yeah,
watched this
that
most
was
recently, sir. You should know. He
I
gets
forgot.
Yeah,
he
you
gets
know, but I don't think
captured.
I've watched Stranger Things.
He gets captured by
Oh, he gets captured by who?
the
By
Russians.
the monster? Okay.
The Russians.
Steve. Oh, Steve Harrington. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. He gets captured by the Russians. Do you not remember that?
In the end.
Yeah, in the end.
At the very end.
The very end.
No.
What?
Cool. I thought everyone like went their separate ways, and it's like have they ever?
No.
No, no.
No. The sheriff is
Don't
captured
it's
by the
happening.
end
Back
of
to the
season
last
3.
episode and check.
They think he's dead, but then there's like a last scene where they shows he's captured by the Russians.
Oh, okay. Is it
Yeah.
post credits?
Yeah,
Then-
I think it's a post credits.
maybe I didn't watch.
Oh, we just
Oh,
spoiled it
wow.
for Christian.
Spoiler.
Thanks.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much.
You said you watched the whole thing. This is not my fault.
I mean, in all fairness to Krishna, I hate post-credit scenes.
You hate? Oh no, I'm a fan of it. If only if there's something to show to tease later on.
Well, let me. My argument against post-credit scenes. There used to be a thing people used to do because nobody used to die.
Scene, okay.
What?
Only then.
Yeah, I mean,
I will love it.
Mm.
I mean,
Otherwise,
the thing about post-credit scenes is right. They used to do them. They used to be cool when people like didn't know about it. So it's like only a few people know about it.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like it's a little secret for people who like sit through the credits, and barely anybody did that. Nowadays, it's like, oh, everybody knows about them. There's going to be one there, right? Usually, right? Everybody sits through the credits, and they just put 2 minutes at the end of it anyway.
It's only really expected for superhero
so it's like
movies.
Exactly. So it's like there's no purpose to it.
But
just
this isn't.
Everybody knows it's there.
Well, this thing, no one really knew it was really there until people actually saw it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like now people know about it. So it's
well,
like,
that's because
redundant.
people posted about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
I mean,
so don't do it.
Most shows don't do post-credit scenes. It's just Marvel.
No,
right?
DC
and
does
maybe
it too.
some others. Okay, whatever. DC, Marvel, the comic book thing, the shows.
Yeah.
And what other show does it? I don't know. I don't think the majority do.
There's a few anime shows that does it. There's a, I think, Breaking Bad. No, I don't know if they ever did it.
Oh no,
I don't know. But anyway, the funny thing for me was.
I'm just saying, like.
The funny thing for me, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the point? It's redundant.
I don't know.
It's like people know it's there. Right?
I don't know. They did
it's not
it.
A secret.
They do it, so they do it. But anyway, the funny thing is when you find out from the post-credits scene that he's captured the Russians. I think they had just revealed a few months later the Black Widow trailer, and we see the same actor playing a Russian super soldier, and everyone started making a lot of memes and jokes connecting the two shows together. That the sheriff guy was captured only to turn into a Russian super soldier, and now he's part of this movie.
He's a super soldier now? In Black Widow?
In Black Widow, there's a character called the Red Guardian. He's in a comic book.
Okay.
That's who he plays.
Black Widow either. Because I don't think I haven't seen Black Widow.
It's not a spoiler, Tim. He literally wears a suit.
He's so thin in this. I want to see what he looks like as a super soldier.
But yeah, it's not a spoiler. It's in the trailers. But yeah, anyway, let's move on and go and see Black Mirror. I would say it's a very good choice.
Yeah, have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I've seen all of it. I'll say
you have. Has Tim seen it?
Seen part, not all of it.
No. I'll say
which ones have you seen?
Yeah, which ones?
Do you remember?
I haven't watched it in a while, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch the last season? Because that was a really bad one.
No. I don't think so.
Okay. That was.
If you love technology, if you love a little nihilism, if you like drama, this is the show for you. Absolutely. So basically, this show is about. Well, on the surface, you think, okay, this show is about technology and the ills that come out of it, but you realize that technology is really the vehicle through which human or inhuman tendencies surface. So it's really an an examination of human nature through advanced technology is how I describe the show. Does that sum it up?
Yeah, basically the whole idea of like, like, oh, cool technology, and then people basically going the whole route of like, let's see how I can really fuck up your social life.
Yeah.
And privacy and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a superpower that this technology gives you. You can remember everything. But do you want to? Right? That's an example.
Yeah. There's an episode there's an episode as well where it's similar to what Krishna was saying, where it's like they had like these things in their eyes where it records everything they see.
Yeah.
So it kind of serves like a memory bank, and then and if other people get access to your remote, they can scrub through your memories
Yeah, and take advantage of that, I
And
guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting how someone used that. Yeah, it's one of Izzy's favorite episodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, it kind of took advantage of other people's like memory to figure out, and like, in this particular episode is about this guy trying to figure out if his wife was cheating on him. And at one point, I think he scrubbed through her memory and then saw, like, proved himself right, and I had all this argument and shit went down.
Yeah, and what he does after as well.
Analyzing every
yeah.
detail of her memory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, technology is a plot device in this show. I would say.
Yeah,
It's a plot
pretty
device.
much.
So there are many different technologies. One is the grain, which is a device they put in your head that records your memories.
Yeah.
And then they create like derivatives of it with different functions. Another one is you can actually block people from your vision and hearing. That's a very interesting one. Like, what if you could
Yeah, that's similar.
block someone in written knowledge?
Yeah,
That's pretty horrifying.
I feel like for those two, they use the same tech, but use it for two different purposes. The ones you just mentioned.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Izzy, you can drop your favorite, like, what's your number one favorite episode? I'd like to know myself.
yeah.
Mine is White Bear, because like it's a really short episode, but it goes from 0 to 100 so quickly. You're like, wow, you know. Yeah, and actually, the technology aspect isn't that pronounced in there. I don't think.
No, it's the whole selfie. The not the selfie, the phones thing.
Not the selfie.
Everyone's watching it through a phone, so it's not real to them, and it's kind of like a tourist area. But they don't realize, or maybe they do realize, but they don't care. The whole, like, she's actually in trouble.
It's a comment on morality. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one
Like,
point,
how far would you go to see a criminal suffer? That's the central question in that one. So yeah, that's my favorite, because
White Bear.
it really I don't know.
This is at one point someone was
Makes you
like,
so depressed so quickly.
Izzy saying at one point someone was like, "My holiday is ruined," and pointed out a small bit of the frayed carpet.
Yeah.
Was
Wait,
this
what is that from?
The memory one. Okay. Wait, probably.
San Junipero is a good one.
Which one was that again?
San Junipero is the positive episode where it's two girls.
Oh,
Two girls trying
okay.
to have a relationship.
In digital heaven.
Yeah, digital heaven.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds like a nice place.
I know that.
Yeah, it is a nice.
My favorite one, like, purely based on performance, my favorite one is 15 Million Merits.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the first time where I saw Dan Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah. So it's really cool to see him in Ghetto. Was it Ghetto? Get Over?
Get Out.
Get Out. Fuck.
Get Out. Yeah.
Get Out.
So I saw him there first. Like you, I saw him in Black Mirror first, and then Get Out.
Yeah, and then Get Out. That's my.
I think he's one of the best actors of our generation, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, he's the best.
And I think a really cool one, kind of scary and really like sad, was Playtest.
Playtest, yeah. If you're a gamer, you should watch that one.
Yeah, I think Tim's seen that one.
Have you seen that?
I honestly do not remember.
It's the one...
I've seen, like, the way I watched Black Mirror, I haven't seen all of it. I've seen only a few episodes.
But I believe you...
And the way I saw it was, like, I've watched random ones.
I believe you mentioned you watched this one. It's like this guy who has you testing out this new VR, like, project. And there's a bunch of spiders and other things popping up in this haunted house. And then in the end, it's kind of...
No.
If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to say anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good horror themed episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Black Museum. The first time I watched it, I had to stop it because there's a scene with a doctor. I'm not gonna explain more.
Mm.
That just man.
Alright,
Because like you try and imagine what you would do as the character, and you just can't.
yeah,
You feel it. You feel that ickiness and the pain.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, and they had a Star Trek episode, which was really cool.
Oh yeah, that one's called what's it called?
It's him like I forget what it's called, but it's like he's in it's in his dream. Right?
USS Callister.
Yeah, USS Callister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim, you might like that one. Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he's more of a Star Wars guy, right?
No,
Aren't you?
no.
You like
I'm one
Star
of those
Trek,
nerds
huh?
that's like into both. Probably Star Wars is I prefer Star Wars over Star Trek, but that's like the fact that you prefer one over the other. That is like hardcore nerd points.
Alright, well,
I think.
just to quickly also just sum it up as well. The one episode I really hated in Black Mirror was the one with Miley Cyrus in it.
You hated it. Why?
Because I feel like it missed the whole point of what the show was about.
How so?
Because it's very happy-go-lucky. No one really cared about like, what just happened. Like this lady just has like her consciousness is in this other doll, and no one thinks twice about it. And then even Miley Cyrus is just completely cool with it, and it's just confusing and weird. And I'm like, why is this happening? And it turns into this whole like heist like show to save Miley Cyrus, and it's just like, I don't know. Like
it's like a heist.
No one acknowledges the bad
episode.
part of it. Like no one acknowledges what's so.
Yeah. So you think they could have gone farther? With it, right?
Yeah.
It misses the charm that Black Mirror has.
Yeah.
I guess that the social commentary.
Yeah. Anyway, let's quickly go on to Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Yeah.
I think you said you had watched the show.
Right on.
I don't remember. But...
No, you know what? I just finished it last week.
Okay. So you were.
I watched it. Okay. Yeah. Actually, I started it in 2018, but I left like halfway. I think season 2 or 3. Yeah. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna watch this whole thing.
I will say first season's kind of slow and hard to get through, but after that, I think it starts.
It's not hard to get through. What are you talking about?
No, not hard to get through, but I will say it's slow. And then after the,
I would say season 2 was, that episode with the plane.
Yeah.
That was hard to get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Plane, and then the, what is it? Fly.
Yeah.
Where he tries to.
I really like the Fly one though.
You like it? Why?
It's just fun.
I mean, I feel like there's some meaning behind it, but
I don't think there was much of a meaning. I just found it really funny how they're trying to do this really serious thing where they're trying to save their own asses, but this one fly is fucking it all up for them. I just found that whole premise really funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the fly represents Walter's paranoia. Like, if things go wrong, they're gonna really go wrong. So that's why he's going after the fly.
Yeah.
Just to feel less insecure, I guess.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
I really enjoyed it though.
I get why this show is considered like one of the number one show of all time.
Yeah, it's like number one for a long time when it was airing.
Yeah. Season 1 and 2, they're like, okay, it starts off great, it tails off a bit.
Yeah.
Then season 3, season 4, and season 5, like that's where shit really hits the fan.
Oh yeah.
And I'm glad I stuck through.
It's so good. And what's the actor's name? The villain who plays Gus?
He is Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, amazing job in that show. Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool to see him coming up in Far Cry 6, even though I'm probably not getting that game.
Yeah. I mean...
Yeah.
But
my favorite character in this one, Jesse. Hands down.
Yeah, he was only supposed to be like a side character in the first
episode. Yeah, he was supposed to be killed off, right?
Yeah, but I think they liked his chemistry with Bryan Cranston that they kept him on and rewrote his role to keep him for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I'm
that was
glad
very
they
lucky.
did that. He's kind of, in some way, he's sometimes the comic relief, but not, but it doesn't overdo it, and it's still very grounded to being serious. Yeah. I really like their dynamic. And Bryan Cranston, goddamn, I still think he should have been Lex Luthor.
Yeah, but then it's the whole.
I don't know, man. He doesn't
like casting just weird people that don't fit the role. We're not gonna. It seems like every time we do one of these episodes, like somehow we get into talking about freaking DC.
DC, Marvel.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Every conversation is about DC.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fine because I think superheroes is such a huge thing in pop culture now. So I guess it sort of like feeds into everything in some way.
Yeah. Anyway, back
a lot
to
of
Bryan
things
Cranston.
anyway.
I don't think he has the look, man, for Lex Luthor. I don't like.
What do you mean?
He's almost there. I get that he's bald. Okay, he looks good when he's bald, but no. I mean, I would rather see a Billy Zane. Billy Zane looks like Lex Luthor.
I don't know, man. He's bald. He's menacing.
Guys,
he's scary. He's
really
smart.
I was literally saying, like, let's not get caught up in the whole DCU thing, and then off you guys go. Like, oh yeah, this guy should play Lex Luthor.
Hey, I still have Bryan Cranston. Okay, I'm discussing. You guys just went way off. Okay, I'm joking. Yeah. So anyway, great show. The transition from underappreciated, constantly disrespected chemistry teacher, Nobel Prize winner.
Did he win a Nobel Prize?
To like gangster. Yeah. Walter White, Nobel Prize winner.
I forgot about that detail.
Nobel Prize in chemistry, but nobody really talks about him. So, he becomes a gangster and shows everybody who's boss.
Because he's the one who knocks.
Yeah, he's the one who knocks.
So yes, so good. Anyway, let's move on.
Back to DC.
Back to
Justice
DC.
League. Wait, have we already discussed it?
No, we didn't discuss this one, but we have talked about DC a few times. No.
I mean, like, let me just put it this way: Christian is a DC fan. For anyone who doesn't know, but I think everyone knows that at this point.
Yeah, now you know.
So, is it really a surprise that Justice League is on here? I guess not. No. The only thing I'm surprised is you didn't put Batman the animated series there instead, which I think is better.
Actually, I haven't watched it in full. I might have watched a couple of episodes when I was small.
I really liked
young.
Batman.
That's fair.
Yeah, I've seen Batman Beyond, like from start to finish.
Yeah, I watched that a couple of times. But Justice League is still a solid.
Yeah, it's hard to beat.
It is.
Yeah,
like all the way from.
There's Justice League season 1 and 2, and then
they continue on into Unlimited.
Unlimited, yeah.
And it's so good.
Any standout episodes you like? There's one I remember called For the Man Who Has Everything, where Mongol is the villain, and he releases this octopus thing on Superman and shows him his true desires.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, really gets to the heart of what Superman desires and like, and what it takes for him to be who he is, I guess.
I think for me, it might have been the whole arc with the time travel at the near the end of the show. They're just time traveling like back and forth. And seeing them like actually show all these characters they have throughout time and history and in the future. And also, I believe I was also watching a show called Static Shock.
Yeah.
And the fact they showed Static Shock in the future in the show.
Oh, okay. That's the one where Batman meets Batman, right? You have old Bruce.
Yeah, it is.
You have the regular Batman, and then you have the Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond with old Bruce.
Yeah, that one. And I think at some point Static Shock shows up.
Yeah, that's
for me. I was like, oh, cool, Static Shock.
Yeah.
I was a fan of Static.
Yeah,
at the
there's a
time.
bunch of time travel based episodes. There's that one, and then there's another one with Vandal Savage. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Where the Watchtower crashes on down to Earth, like in the far far future,
Yeah.
and he's still living.
Yes.
Yeah, and Superman. I think Toyman incinerates him, and somehow Superman ends up in that future, and tries to get back in time. That was a cool episode.
It was a very cool episode.
Mm.
Tim, you ever watched Justice League?
It's one of those ones where it's one of those shows where I think, like Batman the animated series, actually, it's sort of like one of those shows where I do remember watching it, but I don't remember like specific episodes or anything. Just because it's one of those shows I probably watched when I was quite young. You know, that at that sort of age, I think it sort of blurs together almost.
But like,
yeah, I do remember just seeing some. I can't claim to have seen it all of it.
In terms of DC TV shows I watched back then, I think Batman was one good one. Static Shock was a good one. Teen Titans was a very iconic one.
I'm only saying I would put Batman there instead of Justice League because I've seen more of it than Justice League. Like, definitely.
For me, it's a little tough because both do really well for two different reasons. But yeah. Teen Titans was.
Wait, which two?
Batman.
You mean Teen Titans
between Justice League and Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Batman the Animated Series does really well to.
I definitely have more of a connection with the Batman one, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Batman the Animated Series does really well in terms of like, you know, going through the Batman rogue list, seeing all their character development and history. And
I think that show gets Batman in a way that some of the movies, more recent movies, don't. I think
we're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
Yeah. Also, what was it? Yeah, it's kind of like Kevin Conroy as Batman, and it's so cool. Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. That's really cool. Okay, I'm just babbling on that.
Mark Hamill.
Oh yeah, Mark Hamill, Joker, amazing.
Yeah.
I watched.
He actually played two characters on Justice League animated. He played the Joker, and guess who else he played? He plays a Flash villain.
Trickster.
Yep, that's right. He plays the Trickster.
In the animated show?
Yep. He does.
That explains
Mark Hamill Trickster.
That explains why he was Trickster in the live action show.
Yeah. The thing about that is, I think like Mark Hamill, he obviously like his big thing is Luke Skywalker, but I think like since playing Luke Skywalker, he's mostly played villains actually.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a swing, going from Jedi Knight to the Joker. No, dude's great.
Dude's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that is all of Krishna's picks.
Some pretty solid picks as opposed to your movies list.
Yeah, nah. You were impressed by my movie. Don't lie.
By your movie list?
Yeah, I remember you saying, "Oh, you were surprised."
We were surprised because there wasn't as many DC movies. We were surprised there was no Watchmen. That's what it was.
Surprised it wasn't as bad as we thought it was gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
Every time we gotta roast Krishna.
We do gotta roast Krishna, but I guess let's move on to
honorable mention.
Oh yeah, Krishna, what is your honorable mention? If you have any.
I didn't think of that. Is it okay if I come back to it?
No, on the spot.
On the spot.
Something came into your head.
Honorable mention. I don't know.
Well, you're thinking about TV shows now, right? So what's the first thing that comes to your mind? It's got to be your own
TV show. Oh gosh, I can't choose, man.
We're gonna break.
I watched this recent.
The pressure.
Yeah. No, I seriously, I'll come back to this. Okay.
I thought you might have enjoyed Planet Earth, which I think I.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I thought you would have said something.
It's not obviously very conventional pick in terms of what we're talking about.
I thought you would have said something about Tom and Jerry, the classic.
Oh yeah, that's also.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I totally forgot about that. Yeah. Yes, Tom and Jerry then.
Yeah.
That's my honorable mention, and probably
the
one TV show that's like the most near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, entertained a lot of our childhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember reruns on Cartoon Network, I think it was.
Yeah.
They used to show that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like the Flintstones and the Jetsons and that kind of stuff as well.
So good. Courage the Cowardly Dog. I was like, oh, that's so good.
Now, what happened to Cartoon Network? Is it still good these days? I've not watched it for like years.
I'd say
back
I haven't seen
it
it for years, but I feel like it would still hold up, just because of how creepy it is.
No, I mean, like, is Cartoon Network like still showing good stuff nowadays, or is it like?
I don't know.
I'm really totally unfamiliar with what's on there.
We are in 2021. We don't watch cable anymore.
Yeah. Like way back in the day, Cartoon Network was like that was
so good.
Yeah, that was the channel.
Amazing.
Now they have. I don't know what they have anymore.
Yeah.
Last I saw.
By the way, anyone watching who knows their Tom and Jerry, I much like the Gene Ditch season because it has all these like goofy, silly animations that actually make you laugh out loud.
Tom and Jerry is really
that would
funny,
be my
actually.
favorite. Yeah,
I love Tom and Jerry.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
I still remember there's one
you should
episode.
check it
I think
out.
there's like some of those episodes, like they're actually like super dark if you think about them. Because I remember there's one where like Tom goes to heaven or something.
Oh yeah,
which is surprisingly like, yeah. The what is it? The stairway to heaven just appears in the living room.
Yeah,
which is a little
and then he has to
really funny at the time.
He has to go back down and
so sad.
Apologize or do something
to Jerry.
To Jerry.
I remember
or he's gonna burn in hell.
I remember in that cat heaven, there's
and
like there's this moment in the cat heaven thing that was really sad. I didn't catch it at the time, but watching it again later, I was like, oh, that's sad. Was the kittens in the box?
Oh shit! Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Oh god.
I don't remember this one.
There's like
I think in that episode he sees like what Turin's saying. It's like a bunch of kittens in a box, which is like, I think the implication is like someone killed them, which is like super dark if you think about it.
And the guy who's like judging everyone who can go through the door, he just looks at it so sad, and he's like, "Yeah, someone just neglected them."
And he shakes his head. I remember that.
It's so sad.
Okay.
Yeah, but the kittens are so happy and stuff. I think, maybe later on. Anyway,
but no, that is like.
Let's move on to the wheel of who the fuck's going next on this list of stuff.
It's a 50-50.
Yes. So could it be me? Could it be Tim? Let's find out together.
I think at the end of this, we're going to throw it to the audience.
Why am I always last?
You're the moderator.
You know what? Next time, I think we no matter the wheel, we should let Turin go first.
Oh yeah.
Fair, because I've been going last this whole time.
I mean, I don't mind.
All right, so
I don't mind where I am, though.
Let's transition to Tim's, and here we go. There you go, guys. So here are Tim's picks.
I will say something which I've been saying to these guys.
Yes.
Ever since we started talking about doing this episode was I don't watch a lot of TV, actually, compared to how many movies and how many games I play.
Right.
So.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you have some good ones here. Really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys should do top cartoon TV shows. I mean, we kind of mix the TV shows in our list. So.
Anyways, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Westworld, Chernobyl, The Crown, Blackadder, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Samurai Jack, Scooby-Doo, and Star Trek: Deep Space Nine.
That explains why you hadn't finished your top 9 yet.
Yes. Was debating it, actually. then Tarun, we changed the rules a little bit last night.
Yeah.
So then I had too many.
An exception for Scooby-Doo, we changed the rules.
Which is, we were sort of saying that's not really one show, or is it? Because it's like there's been different sort of versions of it over time. I couldn't really point to like one specific.
I would personally point
version
to
of Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Isn't that the original one though?
That was the classic one, at least the one I used to watch as a kid.
Classic one,
Yeah.
Because I know there's a bunch of, obviously, I think I watched, because I know they did like a reboot movie recently, or something like that. I think it's Scoob or something. Yeah,
Scoob.
I hated that.
Yeah, that was horrible. Horrible
Because
movie.
that was not even like Scooby-Doo to me. I think they've like, it's one of those franchises where I think they've lost it. It used to be.
It was a money grab, for sure.
Yeah, which is always a little sad when that happens, but
Yeah.
obviously Scooby-Doo is like, it's a huge classic. I just love the setup of it. You know, it's kids chasing out mysteries and, you know, finding out the monsters are people
Even
all
though,
the time, which is interesting.
except when it's a movie, sometimes.
Except when it's a movie, and, you know, well, I don't want to talk about Zombieland because we talked about Zombieland, and that's a movie, but...
Yeah, we talked about Zombieland, the movie episode. It was a great movie. I used to watch that so many times as a kid.
But yeah, I'm glad to see like, you guys love for Scooby-Doo. I think so.
I love it.
Yeah,
Just
I think
a
it's like,
bunch of-
you know,
just
one of those
a-
classic TV shows.
Yeah, just a
I've
bunch
seen
of
Scooby-Doo,
hippies.
but I don't remember much of it.
Well, Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bunch of hippie friends who are getting high every time they go anywhere they are, and hotboxing and figuring out who the who the masked villain is by the end.
You know, I think I love Scooby-Doo. I used to watch it when I was a kid. Because, you know, I think they used to do reruns on Cartoon Network, and there's probably still reruns of it now, to be honest, because it's one of those shows that is...
I don't know if
You know.
there are. The last Scooby-Doo...
I don't know, maybe they got original programming now or something.
Last time
Scooby-Doo is one of
I
those shows that doesn't really age that.
Last
that
time I
much.
saw Scooby-Doo on TV, on Cartoon Network, was it was like a Scooby Get a Clue or something like that?
Yeah, it kind of sounds familiar. There's a bunch of those
It's really
spin-off
weird.
iterations, yeah.
Yeah, it was just Shaggy and Scoob. Like, I think Shaggy takes up like his parents' inheritance or something. Like his parents are rich.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And
yeah.
they have all these Scooby snacks for Scoob, which gives him superpowers. And there's one that turns him into a huge Gundam or a mech. Like, it's just really weird, and it completely detracts from what the show is, like what the Scooby-Doo IP is.
You know, I had you know, this would show my age. I used to have Scooby-Doo on like videotape. You guys remember videotape? You know, there's like literally like bricks you have to feed into like the video player.
Is it like a cassette tape?
Yeah.
VHS?
Yeah.
God,
VHS tape.
are we at a point in like history where people don't remember videotapes? Is that where we got to now?
I know there are
We have-
I must
people.
remember like
I know
we have-
there are kids who don't know what the tape recorders are.
wow.
You know, the small ones that go into the car or radio. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is
So,
suddenly you feel a little old. guys.
The transparent one, right? That's the size
Yeah.
of your hand.
yeah, the size of your palm or something.
Dude, I have so many like tape cassettes.
I'm sure people
You
in
wouldn't believe.
I'm sure kids in India know about it because pretty much everyone and their parents have it in India.
Yeah, the technology isn't like developing as fast.
But
here.
in the West, like I feel like a lot of kids don't
Yeah.
know what tape recorders are.
Yeah.
Time off in the comments, guys, in the chat. Do you know what cassette tapes are? Because I remember like cassette tapes, and then there's videotapes, which are like
Cassette tapes,
basically that, but for video.
VHS tapes. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's how I watched Scooby-Doo. I had this. I don't know if it was part of the TV show, but there was a crossover they had with Batman and Robin. And I remember that's like
Oh, I love
back
that
then
one.
that was like the greatest crossover event of all time for
I
me.
love the Batman Robin crossover. It was so good. You missed
Yeah.
them. I mean, they were unreliable, but yeah, I missed them too.
I mean, there's the thing I think because you know vinyl's making a comeback, so I was wondering like, is cassettes next?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you know, cassette, it's like. Because I think the thing about the vinyl is like the sound is actually different or something. People enjoy that kind of experience.
yeah.
I guess I don't know. Cassettes is the kind of same thing because it's kind of like
I think
I
it
don't know.
is.
Maybe
It's
maybe,
it's the
because-
same, dude. It's analog. I mean, I'm all for a cassette revival, because I have so many of them. I want to
Yeah, I mean, I can see it coming back because I think there is like a certain novelty to like doing all the things you have to do with cassettes.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
People try to mimic it in terms for marketing, merchandise, and stuff, but
I was thinking like, should I get like a vinyl player? But then I feel like they're actually pretty big investments.
They are.
These days.
They are.
Yeah, because they're actually like really expensive. It's not like yeah. But yeah, Scooby-Doo, Eternal, always funny.
Yes.
Still watchable.
Yes.
The Crown I watched just before Breaking Bad and after Stranger Things. It's a great show.
The Crown, I think I put there because it's not for any other reason than the acting, and the acting is phenomenal on that. From pretty much everyone.
I learned a bit about the royals. Amazing. Like previously, like I didn't give a shit, and now I understand. I understand the troubles they have. The first world type troubles.
Yeah, initially I was quite dismissive of the idea of the Crown. Before I watched it, because I think obviously if you live in the UK like I do, there's obviously like a huge debate whether you love the royal family, you don't like them. There's a huge sort of thing that they're a huge thing, right?
Yeah,
huge part of the culture and stuff. Well, honestly, before I watched the Crown, I was kind of like, I don't really. My reaction is kind of like, okay, they're depressed, but they're depressed in the palace, which is very different to you or me being depressed, isn't it? But I watched it. I was really sold on the history and the acting of it, which I think is really. It brings it to life in a sort of very tangible way, I think, which is what I really enjoy about it. And it's like, it's a very human drama. It humanizes its sort of subjects really well, I think. So that's why I enjoy that. Obviously, though, it's not for everyone. If you don't enjoy like historical drama and stuff like that, avoid it. But
what I found interesting.
What's that?
I like. There's one like this line comes back around a few times that doing nothing is the hardest thing of all.
I think there's like a whole. There's like very strong themes in it. I think there's questions about what's your duty and how you sort of do that. Yeah. And what's the sort of personal cost to you is doing that. I think so. It sort of gives you that sort of angle on it, which I can kind of appreciate.
Yeah. Because people wonder, like, what is the point of the Crown, right? Why don't they do anything? And now you understand, this is why. Because they're sort of compelled to not react, not respond.
Yeah,
to preserve an image or whatever. I don't know.
I think part of its attraction is that I think if you look at the royal family, at least from my perspective, I think, they're quite distant and it's hard to. It's not a very transparent institution as it stands. Just by the way it's designed through tradition and stuff like that. It's not very transparent. You don't really know what's going on, within the walls of the palace. And I think part of the attraction of the Crown is that you sort of get to see behind the scenes a little bit.
Yeah, I
think that's why people are drawn to it. It's like, we can sort of gain a greater appreciation of what goes on. I think.
Yeah.
So obviously, people's views on the monarchy are like. Really wide ranging, but I still enjoyed it despite how my personal feelings on the royal family and stuff like that. So, good one for history buffs, if you sort of like that kind of thing.
I really enjoyed Matt Smith.
Matt Smith is really good.
What's his name? Prince Philip.
Yeah, I think Matt Smith is like he's had like such a huge turnaround because I knew him first as obviously the Doctor Who. Yeah, which is also great. I enjoyed that sort of version of the Doctor, if you like. But then in this show he shows like he actually he's actually a really really good actor.
Yeah,
he's very very capable. So.
Yeah, really empathize with him. Also, dude, season 4 I think Diana and Prince Charles.
Yeah, I enjoyed
so alike, like to the real world.
I think I don't know if you've seen season 4, Krishna, but I think
I finished it.
The actress who plays the actress who plays Princess Diana, what's her name? Emma Corrin. She's fantastic.
With who?
Blew me away. Emma Corrin, the person, the actress
Emma
who plays.
Corrin, yeah.
yes, Princess Diana. She is wow. Blew me away with her performance. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't think Turin's going to be so into it though. I don't think it's really your thing.
I don't
If I'm being
know.
honest,
I
dude.
still haven't watched it, but some people have recommended it. Way
Yeah, I mean,
way fewer than
give it a
people
shot. You never
who
know.
recommended Chernobyl.
Chernobyl is also really good, which is also on my list. And when I saw it on Christian's list, I was like, yeah, I kind of figured because obviously we discussed it a little bit already, but
Yeah, we discussed it a lot actually.
great show. I think it's probably one of the best TV series ever.
Wasn't into watching it, but you convinced me. Are you talking about The Crown, Izzy? Assume she is.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna watch it. I mean,
okay. Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can just try the first few episodes. I think what really sells it is the acting. It's not really anything else than that.
Yeah. I think
if you're not into like
you should
history
watch
and
it.
drama.
You should
Well,
watch it.
I mean, there's a bit of a debate, particularly with the recent season.
Yes.
Princess
Yeah,
Diana, obviously, there's a bit of a debate about how accurate it is and how that sort of thing. But yeah, Netflix.
Yes, Netflix. Correct. But yeah, I think let's move on to one of your other live action shows here, Westworld, live action drama.
Yeah, I've also seen that one.
Very
great.
good show.
Westworld for the first season alone, I think almost.
I believe so too.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can say something. I think second season is not as bad as people say.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Was the
Not as bad.
last season was season 3 or 4?
3. I haven't seen
Three.
season 3 actually.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
Watch,
I
a bit of
haven't
grain of
done
salt, but
watch season 3. I think the weakest is season 2. Season 3, I feel like
yeah, I can't really judge. I haven't seen season 3. But...
season 3, I feel like it changes a lot to what season 1 was. So I feel like it would lose some fans, but I don't know.
Maybe. The thing about Westworld is I think like it strikes me as being one of the few shows I think, because I don't, like I said, I don't watch a lot of TV. Westworld was one of the few shows where I watched the first episode. I was like, I gotta find the next one, and I gotta find the next one. I just binged it because it was so good. I remember distinctly recommending it to Krishna, and then he did the same thing.
Yeah. I think I watched Westworld after you mentioned it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love. Obviously, I don't want to be like pretentious about it. I genuinely do not even understand Westworld sometimes, and that's part of what I love about it. Is watching a show that is like way too smart for me.
But
I think anyone who's watched Westworld would kind of get what I'm talking about, because like.
But
Yeah, the
once,
storytelling.
once you
That's
can
one
make
thing. The storytelling is non-linear. And
yeah
on top of it, you have to deal with. Anyway, go on.
yeah, I mean, once you can make the connections, I feel like things can click pretty well. After I got bored of Westworld, to be honest. Izzy, no.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're talking about you got bored like in season 2,
What I remember
it's
from season 2
understandable.
is the thing with the Man in Black and how he was before.
Yeah, that
no,
was
after.
a little.
Yeah, it expands on the history of the Man in Black.
Man in
And,
Black is probably one of my
yeah.
favorite characters in that show.
Yeah, and then there's an episode with the Japanese, the Japanese.
Chosen World.
Yeah,
For people
Yeah.
who think Westworld.
that was a
is the winner.
special episode. I think
Yeah,
it's a good one.
It wasn't just one
Yeah.
episode. That is a whole arc.
It
there's a whole arc there, yeah, which I really enjoyed as well.
My ADD gets bored. Okay,
To
understandable.
be fair, I think it is like a slow burn. I think Westworld. It slowly builds, and then all hell breaks loose.
Then it all clicks together once you can rewatch it.
But yeah, obviously season 2, season 3, whatever, but season 1 worth it,
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Hidden Easter eggs too, I bet.
I mean,
I
like the thing about
believe-
Westworld is like sometimes you want to watch shows that you can understand, that you get. Okay, I can get
There
like,
was.
the themes, the message. Okay, I can get that.
I just
And then,
remember.
like,
Yes.
Westworld is like on another level though. Westworld's like I don't get it.
There's one big Easter egg which in the show which was kind of cool. There's a Game of Thrones Easter egg with a dragon.
Oh yes.
So it kind of implied that there is also a Game of Thrones area.
You know the thing about that is I don't see Game of Thrones on Christian's list, and it's not on my list. So
it was a cool Easter
have an
egg.
Interesting conversation about Game of Thrones, but I think Westworld is better.
It's an amazing show up until the last season. The last season.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah, great show. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Speaking of like seasons that are really good,
Mhm.
Samurai Jack, on there pretty much almost entirely because of season 5. I think.
Really,
Which is really, really good.
I don't know. I like Samurai Jack as a whole package.
Yeah, obviously, like the whole package is really good, but then season 5 to me is like
I just really
that's what made it for me. I think.
For me, I just really love the art. The fact there's no dialogue in most of the show.
Yeah, it is such a cool show from that sort of golden age of Cartoon Network. I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because man, but even that intro,
Samurai Jack.
fantastic. You can like, it's been like years since I've seen those original episodes that I used to see on Cartoon Network. I mean, still remember that intro, remember the music. It is a special kind of show, Samurai Jack.
Yes, and I was so glad they brought season 5 back without holding back and moved it to adult
They
swim.
did it so well as well.
Yes.
They did so well.
Yes.
Yeah, Krishna, have you seen Samurai Jack?
I watched it when I was really, really young.
So you don't
So
watch
I don't
the
know.
last-
Yeah. You should
No.
totally check out the final season because the final season is
So good.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
good.
Okay. How many seasons did it total?
5.
5
yeah.
seasons. Okay.
Yeah.
It was the thing they made seasons 1 through 4 like way back when, and then they came back in 2017 to do season 5.
I think so.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a revival. We're going to finish off the show, and they did it in like such an amazing way.
Okay. Is it with Aku's daughter? I heard something about that.
Yeah.
The villains-
That's season 5.
Does it involve that?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. But I'm not going to say anymore because
Okay.
you deserve to check it out because it
Alright.
is. Wow.
I'll watch the whole thing just to get the best
I
experience.
bet you they released the whole thing on Prime Video or Netflix or whatever it is, right? So
Mhm. Have they?
you can find. I don't know. I don't know about Netflix.
Okay,
but
I'll
you
look
can
for
find
it.
it somewhere.
Maybe on Hulu, but
You can find.
we'll see.
Do you guys have Hulu? I don't even have. Hulu.
I used to when
I
I was
don't.
in the US.
I used to have. Yeah, same. Hulu isn't. I mean, I can probably VPN it.
I just remember Hulu had a lot of like the Cartoon Network shows, so that's why I'm guessing maybe they might have it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah,
I saw Rick and Morty on Hulu,
Yeah, they would update it pretty.
but now it's on.
Yeah, I was surprised that was on your
Netflix.
list. Actually.
Hmm.
None of your lists. Rick and Morty. I was surprised it was on the Christian's list.
I think it's gonna be on Throne's list.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, Rick and Morty. It's a great show. I was entertained. Yeah.
Oh, let's
I
talk
don't know
about
about
it
that.
later.
Maybe not.
I just didn't put it on because.
Yeah.
It is on Hulu.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay. Or
Oh,
is she-
still?
Wait, is it on Hulu or are you just saying Hulu, Izzy? It's like Hulu. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the name.
Anyway.
Just say,
saying.
just say. it. Okay.
Anyway, I see a Black Adder on here.
Yeah, actually, that was an interesting one because I was like, I got to put Blackadder on there because I think Blackadder's hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's an amazing show.
But I didn't know. Apparently, like on IMDb, which is where I got like most of the info for this little episode.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, they actually separate out the different seasons into like different shows, which is interesting because I thought like I've seen Blackadder 3 and Blackadder 4,
Yeah.
both of which are great.
I've seen.
I know I've seen 1 and 2, but
Seen the one.
the World War one is the fourth one.
Okay, yeah. I've seen the one where it's like in the medieval times.
Oh yeah, I think that might be. It's either season 2 or season 3. That one, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, love that show. It's a great classic classic British comedy.
Great comedy. Great.
I think it's really, really funny. It kills me, honestly, that Rowan Atkinson is known more for Mr. Bean than for Blackadder. Because I think, like, obviously Mr. Bean is great and all, but Blackadder actually, like,
and
that is like peak Rowan Atkinson.
I always find, even though I've seen it a few times, I always find it a surprise every time I see Hugh Laurie on there.
Yeah. Hugh Laurie's in it as well, yeah.
Hugh Laurie, for those who don't know, is Dr. House.
Yeah, a bit earlier in his career, I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's so cool to see him, and it's like, oh yeah, he's a comedic actor. I forgot about that. And I was like, yeah, it's so cool he's in this. But yeah, he does a great job as well.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for Blackadder. Obviously, I was thinking about Fawlty Towers.
Yeah, really I was gonna bring that up too because you brought up Blackadder. But yeah, Fawlty Towers is great too. But I feel like Blackadder is just like edges it.
Yeah, I think I prefer Blackadder as well.
Yeah.
But Fawlty Towers is hilarious.
Fawlty Towers is hilarious. Has Krishna seen either of these shows? I'll take that.
I'm guessing that's a no. No, Blackadder, you should check it out because I think it's quite. I don't know what it is. Quite almost
satirical, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite.
It looks. When is it from? It looks old.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. It's not recent.
It's pretty old. Before Mr. Bean, even.
Yeah, before.
Oh, okay.
Izzy says she loves Fawtley Towers. Fawtley Towers.
Faulty. It's faulty.
She wrote Fawtley. Okay, so I'm gonna say it how she wrote it.
Oh yeah, it's faulty. The T before the L. That's right.
No, it's the show is actually called Faulty, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fawlty Towers.
Oh, so Izzy spelled it wrong.
Yeah. Fawlty. Yeah.
There's a classic comedy there.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
And
Blackadder is.
Continuing on with the comedic train, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, one of the few American comedy shows I like.
Once.
Then again, I don't really watch much, but good drama, funny characters, great.
Has one of the best comedic openings in a TV show ever. It became
the thing I love about Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the character dynamics and the relationships.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was thinking about a bunch of different comedy shows. I was thinking Big Bang Theory, which I love because it has a lot of nerd humor. But that Big Bang Theory kind of after a while they kind of lost the edge. So it didn't really deserve to be on there.
Yeah, Big Bang was good like the first couple of seasons, but like all their nerd humor was so surface level at that point. It kind of just like it got really old.
The show coasted, I think. The show coasted after a while. They were just doing the same thing and it just got.
But damn, those actors made some big money. $1 million per episode? Holy shit.
Yeah. But it was good, but it sort of dropped off, so I didn't.
Yeah. But yeah,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine I enjoy just because it's the thing that makes me like consistently every single episode makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
I didn't get that experience.
Well,
yeah.
Something's broken in you, then, Krishna.
Something's broken in you.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that it's funny. It also discusses like it has real-world issues in it that they discuss in a way that's quite, sensitive and respectful. I think.
Believe they're ending the show now.
Yeah, which I'm kind of glad of, and honestly.
I mean, I believe.
I think they've reached they've hit their peak, and it's always
I don't
good.
know, because I think part of the reason someone said, I don't know if it's true or not, was that they're ending it because of the whole BLM thing, so they didn't really know how to.
Right. Yeah, I remember they were saying they're rewriting the season.
Yeah, they're rewriting the whole season. Yeah, they had the whole season right now. Then they're rewriting it again because of the BLM thing, because they thought,
it's a little difficult.
It's a difficult, yeah. And then then it kind of also partly entertained the idea of like ending the show there. So
which I think is good. It's had its go. It's had its run. It's hilarious. It's great.
And for those of you who haven't even seen the show, knows the opening of one of the episodes of the show, which is the Backstreet Boys one.
The Backstreet Boys. You know,
Yeah,
I was
that's
reading
so
somewhere. I think that scene has its own fan base.
He's the one. He's the one who killed my brother. I forgot that's over here for me. Oh god, that's so good. And
Maybe I should give
yeah.
it another try.
Scully and Hitchcock, secretly amazing detectives, but super lazy. Like best detectives of their time and of all time, but they just slack off so they don't get more work.
Favorite character?
Favorite character? Ooh, that's hard. Ah, shit. My first thought was like Raymond Holt.
Yeah, I was thinking Holt. But then there's also Terry.
But
so
then
I'm kinda
Terry
like-
was like my next
Yeah.
one right after. I was like,
yeah.
it's between those two. Because
I think I'm
Terry
going
with
for
his
Holt because I
yoga.
love Holt. Holt is like he's just so like deadpan.
People told me I'm like Holt.
Yeah, I can see that.
Terry and his coconuts.
I mean, but not as uptight, right?
What's that?
But not as uptight as Holt.
No.
No,
I feel like he's an
Holt
uptight
isn't uptight. He's like, what's the word? He's
character.
emotionally
Plays by the rules.
No, he's not by the rules. I mean, he is at first. Coco Nibs. Oh god.
He's very like low key, that's what I think it is. He's really like
He's he understands. No, he doesn't, does he? I don't know. I was like, he understands emotions, but he doesn't express them. I don't know.
I think
But the few times
Yeah,
emotions
love that
comes
show.
out, it's so good. Like when he did a bet for Amy's excuse for coming in late, and then he got it right, and he was like, "Hot damn!" I was like, "Oh, this is so good." The episode where he's addicted to dark chocolate.
yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Boyle brings in his like little fair trade
Yes.
chocolate, yeah.
Uh,
He's like fat.
oh, poor Terry.
Yeah. Big fan.
Big.
Uh,
All right. So, well, next show you have on here we haven't discussed yet: Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Is this specifically
I think I
Deep
did mention
Space
I was a
Nine?
Star Trek fan. Yes, specifically Deep Space Nine, because there are actually like different Star Trek series,
Yeah.
and obviously people will love the Next Generation, which is the one with Patrick Stewart in it.
Yes.
Which I think if you ask the fan base, that's pretty much everyone's favorite. But I prefer Deep Space Nine. Which used to, well, it was running at the same time as the Next Generation, which is always a little bit rough because then, you know, that show got a lot more of the spotlight. Deep Space Nine was kind of like, they didn't market it as much.
Mhm.
But I think it's got the best balance between, you know, Star Trek, where they used to have like an alien of the week episode every week, where they have like just little adventures every week. And then there's also like story arcs over each season that are really good as well. So it gets that kind of good balance between them. There's like, as a cast of characters, I think is probably the best Trek cast. Because they had the most character development and stuff like that.
Mm.
An interesting setting. It's a bit darker than the rest of Star Trek, I think, because it's more about, because always Star Trek is always about having, you know, these futuristic morals about being, you know, altruistic and being, you know, the best examples of humanity as you can kind of be. Deep Space Nine is sort of like set in an environment where it's more easy for those values to be challenged. They're presented by alternate viewpoints on science and religion and politics and war that I find really interesting. So if anyone asks me, like, which Star Trek series should I watch, I'm going to say Deep Space Nine. For the reason that it's not very traditional Trek. And I like that about it.
Mm.
So
You like to be different.
Well, you know, the thing is about Deep Space Nine, it's gaining a lot of popularity in the fan base now.
Yeah.
Just because before it used to be on like really late and people didn't really watch it because when it was on TV. So, but nowadays it's on Netflix and stuff, and they actually did a documentary on how the show was made, and they basically said like people are starting to love it a lot more now because people can just like binge it.
Yeah.
And it was like one of the first shows that was like really bingeable in that sense. So, because now it's on streaming, you can just watch the whole thing, and it really shines when you sort of do that. But yeah, best Star Trek show, and I will fight anyone on that.
Well, may I just say, well, yeah, I think you made your point with Star Trek. Don't have to fight anyone here.
I mean, honestly, I don't know if you guys are like Star Trek fans, but if you're going to start, that's the one to start with.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I never got into Star Trek because I think I was a bit.
I've never seen the TV show.
I never got into Star Trek because I think I was a little too late into getting into the fandom to, to be as obsessed. I don't know if obsessed is the right word. With the whole franchise as a whole. So yeah, I've never actually been too interested in going back to see it, but there are really cool concepts from what I've seen from the rebooted movie, which the first rebooted movie from J.J. Abrams, and I think that was the only thing I saw about Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, well, how much you're into it, but depends. But
yeah.
As a Star Trek fan, as a Trekkie, which one is the best for you? Deep Space Nine. And I'm glad that there are more people slowly coming around to that.
Yeah, weren't there like 2 more TV shows they made recently? Or was it 3? There was Picard, there was Discovery. And
Picard and Discovery are the most recent ones. And Lower Decks, which is the funny one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Seth MacFarlane one. I forgot that was even a thing.
No, I actually checked out Lower Decks. It's not as bad as people say it is.
Okay.
But
and then wasn't there an animated one? Not the like a different.
Lower Decks is the animated one.
No, there's a different one.
There's another one, the animated series.
Never mind.
Which is like,
I think I'm thinking
that's the second one.
I think I'm thinking of Star Wars Rebellion, actually.
Yeah, you're thinking of Star Wars now.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised you don't have Star Wars, the Clone Wars on here, actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a good show, but I feel like the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars, it was just like random. There's a certain point in that show where they start actually like doing stuff with it before it's not so like consolidated, if you like. Past a certain point, it's actually like, actual Star Wars, sorry. But yeah. I was actually thinking about The Mandalorian, but then good show, but not really, don't know if it's this kind of list material.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to I cannot believe you have this on here, Tim. Avatar: The Last Airbender? Really?
Yeah, I mean,
of course
it was always going to be on there. It was always going to be on there.
Amazing show.
What can we say about Avatar that we haven't said already?
What can we say about Avatar that no one already knows already?
Yeah.
We can say that I haven't seen it.
You have seen it, and you ditched it, sir.
Yeah, I ditched it. I'm sorry.
Which is not my jam. Honestly, like, I'm one of those people, like, if you tell me that you don't like Avatar, I'm thinking something is wrong with you. I don't know what, but something is.
Okay.
It's, man, we could spend like 3 hours just talking about Avatar because Avatar is amazing.
Yeah, we could.
All right, and I will make sure to not be part of that discussion.
Wow, that much hate towards Avatar? Wow.
I'm not hating, dude. I
mean, what can I say?
Let me
great
finish.
characters, great themes.
Let me finish it, then
Then finish it. It took you almost
a
month
to
get through better. Like 6 episodes.
Breaking Bad was better.
No, it wasn't.
More suspenseful.
I've seen both shows, and no.
Way more suspenseful. Okay,
No.
can't argue about that.
Avatar is probably...
That's why I ended up watching it.
That's because Breaking Bad is a suspense thriller. Of course, it's gonna be a more suspenseful. But this, you can say
Okay.
you can say Breaking Bad was more
It's different.
suspenseful than Blackadder.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's a better show
Yes.
than Blackadder.
I think, Avatar,
I don't know.
such a great show, such a great concept. Love the characters, love the themes. Thing about Avatar is it actually looks like a cartoon, like an anime almost, but
It's
like
inspired.
it's
from
so
anime.
much deeper than that. Yeah, it's so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Like the story is so rich, the world is so, fleshed out. It's so real, and wow, there's just literally so much to talk about Avatar. Like I can't even begin to describe how amazing it is. If you have seen it, you know what I mean. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Literally.
Yes.
Turin, anything else to add?
Watch it.
Yeah, I was seriously debating probably Turin wasn't, because I know it's on his list, 100%. Like, I literally said to him before this, I haven't seen your list, but,
Yeah.
if Avatar's not on your list, I'll literally eat my shoes. With ketchup, literally.
All I'll say about Avatar is if you haven't watched it, watch it. If you have watched it,
Yeah.
watch it again. If you've already watched it again, go back
Do
and
it
watch it again.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think the thing was, I was debating between, obviously, Avatar The Last Airbender and Avatar Legend of Korra, which is the sequel.
for me, that's an easy choice. For me.
It wasn't so easy for me, actually. I did eventually figure this one was, I think I prefer this one. But I think they're both really good shows for different reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I only liked
such a great show.
I only liked season 3 from Avatar Legend of Korra. I like season 2. Okay, I like season 1 of Avatar Legend of Korra because of the whole the villain was interesting. The whole bending away was kind of a thing, this would be a thing. In the real world, there are people who can just bend elements and you can't. You're gonna get jealous, and obviously there'll be protests around it and supremacists.
I mean, I think they're two very different shows, because I watched both recently. I mean,
Legend of Korra,
I think I like the contrast.
Yeah, Legend of Korra is definitely a more mature show. But I feel like the characters are done better in Last Airbender.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the main reason why I picked Last Airbender over Korra is because I think Korra's cast is weaker.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though there's different things about that, because I think, Last Airbender is all about, how we need the Avatar to come back and save the world. And then Legend of Korra is a little bit different. It's every season they're questioning whether we still need someone who represents this very old institution, almost.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting, because, Korra grows up in a world, she wants to be the Avatar. She's almost she believes she's destined for it, and she has all that power, and then she grows up in a world that is questioning whether, it really needs her at all. And then I think even she gets to a point where she's questioning whether the world needs her at all, which I think is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think Avatar, it's a bit more, if you like the fantasy, if you like the epic fights and stuff like that, I think Avatar Last Airbender is a little better at that. And the cast of characters is, there's no exception to them. They're all really, well fleshed out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
If you haven't seen it, check it out, because it is it's way more than a cartoon.
If
100%.
you haven't seen it, shame on you, and the only way you can redeem yourself is watch it.
I mean, I think if you ask me to
Wonder
pick,
who we're talking about here.
No one in particular, I'm sure.
Yes.
Krishna. But yeah, if you ask me to pick between what's the best show on this list, it's either Chernobyl or Avatar, and that's really saying something, because if you watch Chernobyl, you know how good Chernobyl is.
Okay. Chernobyl's that good, huh?
It is really, really good, but not because it's like the same as Avatar. I think it's quite different.
Oh yeah, no, of course it's different.
Yeah.
One's a historical drama, the other is
Yeah.
like fully fantastical elements of different cultures, worlds, all Asians heritage. And
Honestly, it makes me so glad that there's been recent news that they're really, I think it's a Nickelodeon, they're really
the same.
expanding the Avatar universe, which I love because I feel like there's so much potential out there for that sort of world and that story to be continued in whatever form it takes. So I'm really stoked for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Lamau, no,
So, yeah.
it's the same. They're totally the same. Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I just love how much they adapt and work in like the different cultures of different religion and different just of the Eastern Asians and just into the show. Right down to the architecture and just the clothing, and it's just so cool.
Yeah,
So
I know
cool.
it has I know recently it's more recently with the pandemic and everything that's going on. I think it's actually people have been watching it more, and I know there's recently been like a greater appreciation for it
Yeah.
because it came on Netflix and came on Prime Video, and people were like, "Let's check it out." And then people were saying what we always knew, which is it's really good.
One of my favorite jokes from the show is the bear. Just the fact there is a bear.
Yeah, it's only true fans will know what that means.
Yeah. Krishna's gonna be so lost as to why that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Keep
so
it
lost.
that way.
It's not funny at all.
keep it that way so you watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of an F. Okay, well, what else can you say about Avatar? If you don't like it, if you've seen it, you don't like it. I don't know what's wrong with you. If you haven't
I'm
seen
still
it,
on
go
season
watch
1, so maybe that's the reason.
it. Yeah,
I just
Right.
have to advance through
They're
all of it.
short episodes too, dude. Come on.
so many questions to ask, like free will, like destiny,
Oh, cool. Okay.
like wow, dude, phenomenal show. It was always going to be on there.
Yeah.
Literally, the first thing I wrote down when I was making a list, like Avatar: Last Airbender, yeah.
Yes. Literally me. Like, top 9 shows. Avatar: Last Airbender. Alright, what's next? Fuck.
Like number 1, Avatar.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else is going to go on this, but that's on there, like 100%. Yeah.
I know
Anyways.
I kind of revealed one of my picks already, but I mean, it wasn't really a question.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Tim, those are your picks.
Yes.
Anything you want to...
With my limited knowledge of TV.
Honorable mention, sir?
Oh, Legend of Korra.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But if you're going with the
I mean, it was always going to be like one or the other.
But if you're going with the whole one per franchise rule, then anything else?
Well, that doesn't apply to the honorable mention. It's not an official part of the list.
But okay.
Honestly, I'd have a hard time picking anything else. Maybe Stranger Things.
That's
I did
fine.
enjoy that. But
yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
no, Legend of Korra it is. 100%.
Legend of Korra it is. All right then. So let's move
Right,
on.
moving on. Let's see who's next. Who could it be?
Who could be next on?
If it lands on that tiny black line, what are we going to do?
I guess we start with Krishna again.
We just
No.
just stop the podcast. Or just stop the podcast.
And it is.
That's it. It's over. What, Tarun?
Oh, it's me. Oh my god.
No, it's not Tarun. It's orange, right?
No, look, we have a winner.
Okay.
Are you really a winner there, Tarun? If you're going last.
No way. What? Am I?
If it stopped right at your name, it would have been more impressive.
Remove to run. All right, so we got that.
I wonder what could be on this list that we have already discussed in so much detail.
Oh god, you might be. Okay, I'm just gonna say this.
I'm just gonna go get the ketchup and my slippers.
You may
Just in
be
case.
surprised and not surprised. Actually, you probably will be more or less surprised with my list. But I feel
How am I
like
gonna have to eat my shoes? That is my main question.
I hope
I want to.
so.
I hope so. What?
Anyway, here's my list.
Hey,
Right dead in the
Daredevil.
center.
Yay, Breaking Bad. Yes. High five.
Yes, high five. There. But yeah, there's my list. Love, Dead and Robots, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Code Geass Lelouch Rebellion, Doom Patrol, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Daredevil, The Mandalorian, Breaking Bad, and Community. So,
It's interesting you put the Mandalorian on there because I did consider that. But
yeah.
Tell us about that.
I feel like The Mandalorian is just like a love letter from Jon Favreau to Star Wars fans and the whole universe.
It is
itself.
very Star Wars, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it's very Star Wars, but super grounded, and it's like, it's got the whole, like
Western based, right?
Yeah, it's got the whole
Western.
Western element to it. Bounty hunter, on the hunt or on a mission to figure out this mystery about Baby Yoda. I'm not gonna say his name for anyone who hasn't watched the show yet. And just the CGI is so well done. Like they backtrack to using more practical effects, and it works so well for the show.
They have what do you call it, the video set, which I heard was like quite a big innovation actually.
Yeah,
I know a lot of shows now using that.
They used it before for the Tom Cruise movie Oblivion, and now they're using it for
I remember
this.
Wait, the what?
Oblivion.
Tom Cruise movie Oblivion.
No,
I remember
what
Oblivion.
technology?
It's like a
video set.
It's just like
Video
a
set.
360 almost video film set. So
okay.
So they
would
use
project something for the actors to work off of.
So the way it works is they work in Unreal Engine. They design the environment and then they track it with the camera onto that set. So whenever they can move the camera and anything, it tracks accordingly. So perspective still makes sense. And it makes a very convincing set of a desert island, just any huge scale set that.
I know they started to use it because it's more economical or something.
It's more economical.
It makes it quite easy.
Very,
it makes it more easy to do grand shots and that kind of stuff where they need a lot of computer generated imagery, if you like.
Yeah.
So.
And it saves VFX artists a lot of work, and it works in post-production, I mean. And also the ship looks amazing as well in the show. Like just they use like the toy, they use a toy size ship to like take all the shots in space and stuff, like just like they used to with the original Star Wars movies. Just like how it's done practically, what the show is, everything it comes across, like each episode is like a self-contained episode, but there's like a whole arc.
Yeah, there is there's like a huge arc.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
For some reason, some people didn't like some of the episodes were self-contained, but I feel like that's the charm of the show. That's what really like.
I think I actually, I love The Mandalorian, but the reason why I didn't put it on my list was I was thinking about it seriously. I kind of think I started to have more of a problem with the fact that there was like a wider story arc. Yeah. So it's the opposite to what you were saying. I think I enjoyed it more when it was like just about him, and suddenly now it's, especially with season 2, if you sort of seen that, it's sort of. He sort of gets lost in his own show. There's like bigger characters, there's like bigger things going on, and he's just there.
But I like that.
Which I don't really.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's always good that you're relating it back to the why, the core plot or whatever. But
the first episode of season 2 was really good. It was kind of self-contained because he had to get something done to get what he needed, and it's very like that's the whole bounty hunter like cowboy stuff thing to do. Like, all right, I need to get this shit. You help me do this other shit, and it's just really cool to see it all come together, and then see like Mando actually utilize all his skills and knowledge to do the thing he needs to get done.
Yeah,
But
I do enjoy it.
Yeah, my favorite episode though is the prison ship.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, is it a prison? Yeah, they're trying to break out.
Yeah, they break out.
Yeah, it was so good. It's so well done. It's like Mando is a literal Terminator in that show, and it's so good.
I love the show.
Remember that one? Is it season 2?
It was in season 1.
No, it's season 1. Yeah, I love that show.
With Bill, it was the one with Bill Burr in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that show because Bill Burr's.
Wow.
Yeah, and he does an amazing job.
Obviously,
he's great.
Yeah, even though I remember he actually says he doesn't like Star Wars at all, which is why they hired him, because it was like a joke.
Yeah, it's like good.
It's like,
That's
this guy he doesn't like it. We'll just put him in.
Yeah, I love that John
Favreau
was the director. Like, I feel like he just like he was perfect to do this.
And Dave Filoni as well.
Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad they've given him a better role, because he. Yeah, but the whole thing about
was
that
also in Breaking Bad.
What's that?
Bill Burr was also in
Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I remember he was one of the gangs he was like dealing with.
Yeah, he was Saul's.
We finally found a way to get Christian to watch
right hand man.
Yeah. So watch Mandalorian for Bill Burr.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've watched it. I just don't remember that scene you're talking about. I've seen
you
it.
watched it, but you forgot Bill Burr was in it?
Yeah, I guess.
He comes back for like a couple more episodes in season 2.
Okay. I really don't.
Where there's this really cool scene with Mando and me.
It's not coming to me, man.
I love the show.
Forgetting.
It still feels like Star Wars, but it's also got like a bit of an edge to it.
Yeah. Remember when that first trailer came out?
It just feels a little bit more raw and violent. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Remember when that first trailer came out and we saw this guy basically get chopped in half in the door? Well, they cut away before they could show that.
Yeah.
But that's what happened, guys. It was so cool.
You're like, oh, damn. The thing that gets me, I think, like the favorite scene I have in that show is, I think it's the prison episode. Not so much all that stuff with the actual prison ship, but just that scene where they, bit of spoilers, where the X-Wings attack. That is like the coolest, coolest thing in that show.
I love
that.
Were they red? No, they were.
I think.
Were they red? No, they were blue.
Suddenly,
blue.
Yeah, because suddenly they come out of hyperspace and like in response to the distress beacon, they're all like, "Let's do an airstrike or whatever."
They were blue squadron, right?
God! But the pilots they put in that scene, they're actually like the directors of like Kenobi, and one of them is Dave Filoni.
Yeah, this is so good.
Which is, mad respect to that guy, because if I was like directing Star Wars, I would 100% do that. That is exactly how I would. I'd be like, I'm in the next thing in this episode.
I could be this one throwaway side character who has like maybe 5 lines. Yes. I'm doing this.
Like if you let me have a cameo in Star Wars, that's 100% what it would be.
They're like, you want a cameo in Star Wars? Maybe you can just be one of the stormtroopers.
That's also good. I mean, you don't see your face, but I know it's me. Yes.
Even Daniel Craig, though, people have to figure it out by through some behind the scenes. Like, oh, that one's Daniel Craig. Like, oh, that's cool.
I kind of like that, because then it's like, oh yeah, I don't want fuss of having me like, oh my god, he's playing a huge role or whatever. Enough just to know you're in it, which I think is great.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say about The Mandalorian. It's just a good show. It's a good show for anyone to go watch, but I think for Star Wars fans especially, it's just a great show.
There are references you only get if you watched.
Yeah, if you watched at least the original trilogy, and then if you watch the new trilogy, there's some like references to what it's building towards. Like there's some projects which is like, hey, that's got to do with Snoke.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is that I didn't put it on my show because I think they wasted Giancarlo Esposito a bit. Because they hyped him up at the end of season 1 to be this really like intimidating villain, and then in season 2 he just isn't, which is a little sad.
No, but
it's a contender, definitely.
No, but I think there's still more to him in the later
Oh, maybe
seasons.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't.
I'm
done
excited. There's a bunch of spin-offs they announced from that show, so I'm excited for those as
that.
well.
But I like their fight.
The fight.
So good. But yeah. Anyway.
If you're a Star Wars fan and you haven't watched it, you need to.
Yes.
But yeah,
If
it's
you-
also good if you haven't. I think.
If you just find Baby Yoda really cute, you should definitely watch it as well.
Yeah. Good pick though.
Yes. Moving on. I guess I should talk about. Let's talk about Doom Patrol.
Daredevil. Okay.
Doom Patrol, because it's a DC show. Started off as for anyone who's watched Titans, the really shitty Titans live action show.
Was that actually really bad, or was it actually better than it looked in the trailer? Because I remember looking at the trailer, I was like, "Ooh, okay, now."
It's very bad.
But it's actually better than that.
No,
Oh, it's really bad.
it's
Okay.
really bad.
Okay.
It's better.
Alright.
It's a little better than the trailer, but the show itself is still really bad.
Oh wow, that's
Because Titans
yeah.
tries to be. It just tries to be dark and edgy. It's not actually dark and edgy, you know?
because I remember when the trailer came out for that.
They're
Because I
very.
think you and I, at least you and I don't know about Christian, but we were raised on the original, the cartoon, Teen
Yeah,
Titans,
the Teen Titans, yeah.
It was, yeah.
which is really good as well. But
Mhm.
guess I have trouble believing anything sort of
Mhm.
lives up to that
Mm.
in
Yeah.
live action, I guess.
But yeah,
Yeah.
there was when we first meet Beast Boy in that show, we see him with the Doom Patrol, and these are those people. However, it's already been stated by the writers and directors of the show that this Doom Patrol is not that Doom Patrol. This is a different universe of Doom Patrol. So this is just they had to make this point because they wanted to stop people from trying to connect the two shows, because they're like, hey, this doesn't make sense, like that doesn't make sense, because it's not the same ones, even though it's the same actors and everything. But yeah, we got Matt Bomer playing the Hollow Man, the guy in the bandages, but it's not him playing the guy in the bandages, he's just doing the voice for it. And then there's Brendan Fraser, who's playing Robot Man.
God, what happened to that guy? I remember seeing him in the Looney Tunes movie.
Yeah, well,
That's Brendan Fraser, me.
there he is.
Well, the Mummy, the Mummy.
the Mummy, yes.
Yeah.
I would say there he is, but again, that's not him. That's someone else doing the physical acting and stuff. Brendan Fraser is the voice of the Robot Man. But you do see Brendan
that's
Fraser's when it comes to seeing him as a human, you see Brendan Fraser, like he's playing the role of Robot Man. But yeah,
That guy just vanished, dude. I feel like there's such a big period
Yeah,
between.
I believe
What was it? He did Looney Tunes, one of the Looney Tunes movie, and then after that,
Yeah.
he's just gone for ages.
I believe he was just going through some shit. I'm not sure.
You think? No,
I'm not
maybe.
sure. I heard some murmurs here and there. But yeah, we got Timothy Dalton, like amazing actor.
Oh, James Bond.
Yes, very expensive. So they use him very carefully. We want to use him here. Yeah. But I think season 2 they got a bigger budget because they're able to use Timothy Dalton even more, and they have the overarching villain of the whole show is called Mr. Nobody, who's played by Alan Tudyk, and he does
a lot of motion capture roles, a lot of voicing, that guy, Alan Tudyk.
yeah
He did the robot in Star Wars.
yes he
Yeah.
did, yeah, that's him, and he does an amazing job in this too, because the Mr. Nobody, fuck reality, fuck physics, fuck anything that makes the world a world. He basically twists that, he can mess with it. He uses it to mess with Timothy Dalton's character, his team of the Doom Patrol, and the show is so weird that it doesn't make sense, but there is a reason behind everything that's happening, and you just kind of accept it's part of that world, but you're not alone in thinking that everything is weird. Like, the characters fully acknowledge that everything that's going on just makes zero sense, and that's part of what makes the show so good. Because like, literally, Robot Man, played by Brendan Fraser, he's basically the audience, because he's like, everything that happens, he's saying, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck? What the shit? What the fuck's that? And then there's Hollow Man, with the guy in the bandages, who's just like, he's kind of the guy who's just like done with everything. He's like, I'm pretty much done with this shit. Like, I don't care.
Same, to be honest.
He's very depressed. He's depressed because he's had a very traumatic past, and he's there's just a lot to unpack in him, but he's very closed off where he doesn't want to. It's just, they try to explore that as much as they can with April Balby's character, Elastic Girl. Elastic Girl. That's what she's
Not
called.
the one from The Incredibles.
No. That is what she's called, though, right? You remember in Teen Titans and Doom Patrol, there's this woman who can grow really big. From the Doom Patrol team. Beast Boys team. Okay. Well, I think it's Elastic Girl. And they kind of changed her powers a little bit from what people would normally know her as. You know, it's like, you know, she turns big, she can stretch her arms and shit. No, in this, she's just a straight up blob.
Mm-hmm.
And she has trouble, like, maintaining her appearance. She tries to, you know, she's, throughout the whole show, she's like learning to control this ability of hers. And it's just like, you know, it's all about, you know, she used to be a really famous actress in the 40s, 50s, I don't remember, really old. Just to note, like, all of these characters are immortal, basically. They don't age. But it just comes, you know, the show just like explores each of the characters' psychology. It's not just about it's not a superhero movie or superhero show. It's about the superheroes, you know, like, they've gone through some fucked up shit, so they're gonna be, you know, not right in the head, obviously. And the one on the very right there is, her name is Crazy Jane, and I believe she comes with 64 or 66 personalities. So her acting, phenomenal. She changes personalities, and, you know, I would say, like, it really rivals James McAvoy's performance from Split, you know, where he also has the same, like, split personality thing.
I think James McAvoy did get a lot of praise for that.
Yeah,
that's quite something. Then
she does it really well too, and, like, her character's range, you know, since she has 66 personalities, she has to, like, cycle through these ones every now and then. There's one, like, they have this whole system in terms of how it works, and I believe it works like they took basically, in her head, all these personalities reside and they live there, and they're talking amongst themselves, and they call it the underground. And you know, it takes some ideas from people with DID. You know, there's like, they can talk amongst themselves. There's one person who decides to come up at this time when something's going down. You know, like, they're all cooperating, and there's one main person.
It just reminds me of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, actually, because I know there's one episode where Jake has to pretend to have multiple personalities.
No, she does.
Interesting.
But the thing is, her different personalities have different superpowers. So yeah, but it's not usually really up to her who she wants to come out. It's usually up to the personality. It's like a democracy. It's a democracy. But it's really interesting to see her history come out as well in the show.
So you're just saying it's more about the characters, and that's why.
It's more about the characters, and it's more about the characters and Timothy Dalton's arc with the girl in the
And
middle.
it's way better than Titans. Because Titans is really bad. That's what you're saying.
Titans. Yeah, please don't watch Titans. It's so
To be
bad.
fair, that's the one of the shows where it's like, oh, the trailer's bad, and you're telling me,
But-
oh, it's okay, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not just because like the characters are so well written in the show. It's also like just the world and just like how
Yeah.
everything works.
How do you think it compares to Teen Titans Go? Because I know that's where Teen Titans went after that show we used to watch.
Why do you have to bring up Teen Titans Go? It's just a.
Just thought it'd be interesting to get your thoughts on that now that we're talking about this sort of.
I don't
that sort
like
of,
it. I don't like Teen Titans Go.
I just pretend it's not there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, no, I would definitely recommend it to anyone. Like, you know, it's Doom Patrol is not a team of superheroes. They don't consider themselves superheroes. They just happen to be fighting in this situation they're wound up in, and they're not fighting for good. They're not fighting for anything. They're fighting for themselves. And you know, it's like not one time are they called superheroes. So don't think of it as a superhero show, because it is not. They're just people who went through some fucked up shit and are having to deal with it. And it's because of this one guy who Timothy Dalton plays. He's responsible for all of it. They all blame him for it, but they stick with him. And it's interesting how that
interesting that you
dynamic
put
works.
Daredevil though. Because Daredevil is, well, how much of that is a superhero show really?
That is also not a super. No, I'm kidding. That is a superhero show. And
Well,
I just really enjoyed the choreography they have in that show. And
In Daredevil.
yeah, the fight
Yeah.
choreographies. And
Yeah.
also like
I did enjoy that sort of whole. Obviously, they did Luke Cage. Luke Cage isn't as good. I don't think.
that's why I
Jessica
didn't
Before
put,
we go on,
that's why I,
I
didn't
would like
put
to say
Cage.
Jessica Jones. I think Jessica
Jessica
Jones is my
Jones.
favorite of the MCU TV show.
Yeah, but I feel like Daredevil just
Okay.
overcomes it a little bit. Jessica Jones is my next favorite one, but Daredevil I feel like trumps it.
It depends what you want, because I think they're slightly different.
What I
Jessica
want,
Jones is pretty fucked up.
What
Jessica
I-
is more like psychological thriller.
yeah, what I
thing.
want is season 2 of Daredevil. Season 2 of season 2 of Daredevil was my favorite season of Daredevil, but even as a whole show is pretty great. And
Oh, just because they had the Punisher.
yeah, they had the Punisher, and that remember that whole rooftop scene between the Punisher and Daredevil, where they're talking about their morals, their ideology on justice, like what is right, what is wrong. I just found that whole, like, you know, not a lot of superhero IPs do that as much, except in comics maybe. But to see
That
a
show
TV
to me
show,
was that show to me though was always between Daredevil and Kingpin.
yeah,
that's
that's
what-
what
I would guess when that's
that is
started.
what that's what season 3 was, I think, more. Season 3 was
Season
definitely more
1 and then-
Kingpin. Season 1 was also, season 1 was that. Season 2 was more Punisher, Daredevil, but they were still on the same side, but not really, which is cool to see. And season 3 we got Bullseye, which is really cool. But
I think overall it's
It
kind of a
was
shame that Marvel decided to drop those shows, because I think they were actually like probably one of the better parts of the MCU.
yeah, I agree, except Iron
Which is
Fist.
a little
But
bit
yeah,
sad. Well, even Iron Fist was getting
nah,
better.
Iron Fist season 1 was bad. 2 was
Season
good.
1 was bad, but season 2 was better.
2 was better, but it wasn't there yet. Luke Cage was doing something really interesting. I mean, it's been done before in the comics, but to see
Yeah,
it
but
come
to
out
be
in the
fair,
show,
they did waste Mahershala Ali.
oh, it's coming back. That's Blade.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, it's Blade. Yeah, which okay, fair enough. If you're gonna do that, then I'll give you a pass. That's
Yeah, at least he's coming back. Thank God. I think there are rumors going on that Charles Cox might be coming back as Daredevil, even though he
Charlie
said,
Cox, okay.
yeah, Charlie Cox, and even though he said he won't, if he was offered the role again.
Come on, man.
Like,
I
come
mean-
on, you're not gonna turn down the Daredevil role.
The fans want it.
The fans want it.
I remember he actually.
clearly
I
wants
remember
it.
hearing. Yeah, I remember he was auditioning to be Han Solo for Solo, but then he failed because he was too used to playing Daredevil,
Yeah,
and he wouldn't like meet people's eyes. because that he's playing a blind character in Daredevil.
Yeah.
So that's apparently that's one of the reasons why he lost his audition, is because he was too used to playing Daredevil.
Oh,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the fight choreography and it was great, and it's a shame there's no season 4. Like
I think I do prefer Jessica Jones over Daredevil, just because Jessica Jones is a bit.
But as a whole
Jessica Jones
package,
is majorly
I still prefer Daredevil. Because season 2 of Jessica Jones was, I think, pretty weak for me. Season 1 was really good.
Daredevil is like a straight villain. I mean, hero and villain show. Jessica Jones isn't. That's the thing.
Isn't a great hero villain show?
No, I mean, Jessica has her own issues, right?
Yeah, but
I think Jessica Jones is a bit more fucked up.
But you guys are only thinking about season 1. Season 2 though was
true.
Was really
as a full package. You're right.
Season 2, I feel like kind of they dragged out the whole Trisha. Is it? Hey, sup, Parker?
Oh, yeah, Trish. Yeah, Trish.
Trisha wants to be a superhero, right? That's the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did. It got. Yeah, I feel like they dragged that out.
You're alright.
Craig.
Sup, Parker? Welcome back.
Oh.
Nice to see you again.
Hey.
I
think, even they're all like redeeming features. I think those shows.
Yeah.
Even Iron Fist was kind of like, I remember we wrote an article about it saying they should like keep it going because they were actually finding like a good spot with it at the end.
Yeah, they were, and it didn't.
But that's not happening now. So.
It didn't happen. Parker, just to let you know what we're doing, we're talking about our favorite TV shows of all time, but like personal favorite TV shows. And we've already gone through Tim and Krishna's. Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
We'll review in this after I'm done with ours, like what everyone's picks were. Just so for the newcomers to see.
Yeah, but I do. If they do bring Daredevil back, then it has to be Charlie Cox now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And John Bernthal for Punisher.
Oh yeah, you kind of miss that guy. Perfect casting.
Yeah, there's also the Punisher show, which is good, but I feel like, no,
it wasn't as good as the other ones.
It wasn't as good as the other ones.
Yeah.
Season 1 was good. Season 2, I feel like kind of teetered off a bit, but this is still good.
Was season 2 the one with Jigsaw?
Yeah, the only reason
Yeah.
season 2 didn't really work was because the makeup on Jigsaw wasn't, like the whole reason behind Jigsaw turning mad and like wanting revenge and stuff is because his face is all fucked up. But the makeup doesn't make it look like that. He just has a couple of scars. I was like, dude, if you say like,
yeah, I remember
he had the best plastic surgeons,
and then now it's like Ben Barnes with like a few scars. It's like, okay.
It's like a few scars, and he's really pissed off about it. It's like, dude, you probably had the best plastic surgeons in the world to get your face back like that. Like, god damn.
I mean, if a plastic surgeon, like if I went under for surgery and they made me look like Ben Barnes, I wouldn't be that pissed off.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, moving on to like one of the other shows here is, I want to talk about Community first. So, Community. Have either of you seen it?
I think we all seem to like comedy.
Yes. But
yeah.
Have you seen Community?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Krishna, you have?
Community.
I haven't.
Oh, you haven't? Wow. Okay. I think, well, you like Rick and Morty.
What do you mean, wow?
Right? You like Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah, I like it.
You'll like this.
This is like that.
Well, it's not like that, but obviously it's more grounded in reality. But I just like the comedic writing on the show. Like what Dan Harmon does with it is smart, but also it's like, I think everyone knows about the Beetlejuice joke in the show now. By now, Tim.
If I'm honest, I haven't seen all of it.
Oh, wow.
So
No, basically, sometimes they'll do
I remember
this.
it was cancelled or something, wasn't it? So
It was canceled, it was brought back, it was canceled, it was brought back again. And it was canceled, and
Oh,
then it was
boy.
brought back again.
and then it was cancelled and it was brought back.
No, and then
And then
it
it
was
was cancelled.
no. So they
Just
ended
kept
it.
going.
They ended it after season 6. Wait. My favorite joke from Community is in the first episode when Jeff introduces his problem by telling his friend that he got his degree from Columbia. Then his friend asks why that's a problem, and he says that now he has got to get one from America. Yeah. I mean, Jeff was pretty. Jeff, I think, starts the whole study group. Basically, Community is centered around the study group at Columbia, the university. Yeah, but he meant Columbia, the country. But yeah, basically the premise of the show, for those who don't know, is it's centered around
Community
these.
college, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in community college, and it's set around this study group with Jeff being the lawyer, Britta being a wannabe activist, Abed, played by Danny Pudi, who some people may know him from Mythic Quest, playing the marketing manager.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Mythic Quest. Gonna put that. Sorry for breaking you up. I was just thinking about Mythic Quest. I didn't put it on my list, but that's pretty funny.
Unfortunately, Don Glover's initial success came from Community. That was right. Don Glover really blew up in Community.
Childish Gambino.
Yes, Childish Gambino blew up his music career soon after, which is why he left, I think, in season 4, which is kind of sad, but like, yes, yeah.
Doesn't blame him. I mean, it's like, you do that.
I believe they call the ship, like the ship he goes off on, is called Childish something. Just
I
to
remember
show.
seeing him in The Martian. That was kind of weird.
No,
Because he plays like an astrophysicist. So
yeah,
it's like,
he became Lando as well. Yeah,
and he's in Spider-Man.
and he's in Spider-Man as Prowler.
Oh shit! I hope they take that somewhere.
Hmm?
I hope they take that somewhere.
No, he was Prowler in Homecoming.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I hope they actually, they take that somewhere in the future film.
Maybe, I don't know. I feel like what they might do is they'll just bring Miles Morales in from a different universe or something. We'll see.
Anyways, Community.
Yeah, they have Shirley. I forget the actress's name. I think it's Shirley. No, I don't know. Pierce. We have Pierce, played by Chevy Chase. There's some bad history there between him and Dan Harmon. We have Annie, played by Alison Brie, and she graduated with Don Glover's character Choi, and Ken Jeong, one of the best characters in the show. He plays the Spanish teacher in the show, and he brings his comedy into the show, and it's so well done, and it's so good. And the fact he turns crazy throughout the show, and he has not amnesia, he has Changnesia at one point in the show. It's so good.
Changnesia.
His name is Ben Chang, I believe, in the show, and he has this urge to pun everything with his name.
Yeah.
And at some point in the show, he gets amnesia, or maybe he gets it, maybe he doesn't. That's it's like the question of the show, and but he calls it Changnesia, and everyone just accepts it as a legitimate disease. And what was his name? The dean. What was the actor's name? Tim, do you remember?
Oh god.
You know who I'm talking about, though, right?
I think so.
Jim Rash. That's his name. Jim Rash. And
I
Shirley.
heard the thing about Community is that people really loved it, and then it was really surprising because they cancelled it.
Yeah.
Which was
And Shirley was played by Yvette Nicole Brown. Yeah, this show had a very rough history. It was like season 1, 2, and 3 were all good. Then it got cancelled after season 3 because they thought they weren't getting a lot of viewers. Then I believe it was picked up by Yahoo, Weird.
God. When was the last time anyone used Yahoo? Does anyone in the chat have a Yahoo account? Because I have a Yahoo account.
I do,
don't
yeah.
use it.
But it's very old.
I don't.
I have a Yahoo email address. That was my very first email.
I have a hot.
Because you remember, like, the whole thing was like Yahoo used to be fighting with Google, and then
No.
Yahoo, someone like disappeared now. It's like I don't know anyone who uses Yahoo anymore.
Nah, maybe the email. I've seen people still use.
Oh no,
email.
you probably do. They're just not saying it.
I don't know, but when it came on Yahoo, their numbers went way up. You know, it was shown like wow, okay, a lot more people are actually watching the show, but they still canceled.
The point is why I'm asking about Yahoo is like it's such a huge surprise that Yahoo still has money to fund that.
Yeah,
but I didn't imagine Yahoo makes that much.
No, but they canceled it again because the ratings were low, and the reason the ratings were low is because they changed the writer. Because they didn't bring Dan Harmon back when they came back for season 4.
But you know, there's always that over reliance on ratings. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Brooklyn Nine-Nine, wasn't it? The ratings went down, they canceled it, and then people say, "Hey, bring it back," and they brought it back,
including Mark Hamill. Yes.
Yeah,
that was really good. But yeah, it came back because fans kept asking for it, and then when it got canceled again, people got mad, and they're like, "Bring it back, but this time do it right." You know, bring Dan Harmon back, and what do you know? They brought Dan Harmon back, but but season 4 was so bad. Literally, the show makes fun of it by just calling it the gas leak year, because they don't want to remember anything that happened in season 4, because it was that bad.
Yeah, But yeah, then there are some shows that have gone on that probably should be cancelled.
John Oliver.
You guys remember Top Gear? You guys remember? Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, John Oliver was on Community as well. I remember Top Gear.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched that guy in a while.
I remember Top Gear.
He's done some crazy stuff.
Yeah, he has. Top Gear. Top Gear for me ended when Jeremy Clarkson.
That show died, man. Yeah, that show died.
When Jeremy James and Richard left that show, that's when the show ended for me. I didn't watch after that. I watched Grand Tour, but it wasn't as good.
Yeah, they should cancel that show.
Anyway,
Top Gear, I mean, not the Grand Tour.
Top Gear should die. Anyway, the next show I found here, which I haven't talked about yet, Love, Death, and Robots. Have any of you seen that?
Oh. I've heard of it.
Oh my god, guys, come on. So Love, Death, and Robots is an anthology series. Each episode is it's just a film in a short film in a different art style, usually art style, and there's one episode where it's live action, I think, but even then it was kind of CGI'd. Great show. There's not really much of a premise for it because it's just an anthology series, and everything about it is really good. One of my favorite episodes from that is Zima Blue. It's about this I don't want to say too much because it's a bit of a spoiler, but it's just about this guy finding his purpose, and he finds his purpose by the end, and it's like, you know, he's in peace and he's happy, and it's really good. I'd recommend for anyone who hasn't watched Love, Death, and Robots, go watch Love, Death, and Robots. I'm surprised you guys haven't. Cool. It's gotten a lot of coverage.
I have heard of it. I've heard there's like certain episodes that are really, really, what you call them, impactful, insightful.
All their episodes are good.
Well,
like season 2, I don't know yet, because season 2, because of COVID, they kind of had to cut down how many episodes they could put in it. But it was still good, but I still prefer season 1 in terms of the collection of stuff. But there's still, you know, good stuff from both seasons. Again, it's an anthology series. You know, you can pick and choose which one you want. Kind of like Black Mirror, anthology series.
It's not like it's all. You just pick one and like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pick one. You know, which one you like. You may like it for the art style. You might like it for the story. You might like it for the culture implications, or you know, whatever. It's really good. I highly recommend it for anyone who hasn't watched Love, Death, and Robots and has an appreciation of art.
I have heard of it.
I'll probably watch it because I like Black Mirror. So
yes, they're very short episodes too, because it's extremely.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, it's a Netflix show.
All right. done. That's on my list.
All right.
Right, let's talk anime.
Yeah.
Anime.
Hey, before that, can I
Yeah.
just mention one more show that
Yeah.
I forgot?
Yeah.
I watched it
Oh, boy.
recently. It's called Atlanta. Parker
I've not heard
mentioned Donald Glover, and I was thinking,
Oh.
okay, you know what? I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something, and it came to me. Atlanta. Have you guys seen it?
I've
Nope.
seen the first few episodes.
Parker, have you seen it? If you have, let us know. It's a really good show. Atlanta. It's about this what is it? Music producer and his cousin, played by Glover, and how they sort of try to survive with other music artists.
Yeah, it's a
And the
really well shot
fun.
show, and the production's
Yeah.
great on it. Donald Glover wrote it, I think, in part with the other writers, and it's I'd recommend it too if you haven't seen it. I still have to go back and watch it too.
Tim, have you seen it?
No, never even heard of.
Oh, yeah,
Really?
It was on Hulu. I'm not sure how you're gonna get it now. Probably like,
Oh,
Prime Video
right.
or
Okay.
VPN
Never mind
Hulu
that.
then.
VPN. Yeah.
No, it
That's the way.
was on Hulu because it was a Fox show, which is on FX. So it's probably on Disney Plus now, maybe.
Oh, is it?
Probably because
Maybe,
Fox got bought by Disney.
Okay,
so,
I'll check.
So maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
but then that means I have to get Disney Plus, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, do watch it. It's really good.
We'll see.
I'm gonna get Disney Plus again eventually, but I'm just gonna resub when they've completed all the Star Wars shows. Like just binge them in a month and then ditch them again.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for season 3 of Mandalorian before I get my trial.
In season 2, there's an episode with Michael Jackson. Not with Michael Jackson, but inspired by Michael Jackson. Really creepy Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was about to say that sums it up. All right.
Well, anyway, moving on to
Anyways.
anime.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of you put anime on your list.
Like I said, don't really watch much TV, so
I can mention I don't watch much anime, but the one thing I've watched is this. You know which one I've mentioned it? The superhero. What's his name?
Oh, One Punch.
Saitama.
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
funny.
That's a good one.
So funny.
But no, I put down Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Code Geass. So, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So there are 2 Full Metal Alchemist shows. There's their version, which I think originally came out, was just called Full Metal Alchemist, and then the one that's more faithful to the manga is called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So there's slight differences here and there based on because of the bag got my fries chicken. Nice. Have fun with your fried chicken.
You want fried chicken now? Sorry to interrupt you, but I guess I know maybe what I'm due for dinner.
Anyway, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's about these 2 brothers, Elric and Edward and Elric. You know, they're searching for something that's called the philosophers.
Philosophers.
Fuck, I can't. Yeah, Philosopher's
Philosophers. I think you're.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah.
That. This is so they can hope to restore their bodies. Like, as you can see, Elric has lost his arm, and there's someone else behind him who's just a full-on armor. That's his little brother. Sorry, Edward is the one in the main shot. He's lost his arm, and Alphonse, which is the guy behind him, he's like in a full armor suit, but like through magic and alchemy, he's able to live in that suit because that's his body now. So basically, they're looking for the stone so they can restore their bodies. Yeah. Because the reason they lost their bodies was because they're trying to resurrect their dead mom by using alchemy. And the thing with alchemy in the show, it's about the law of equivalent exchange. So basically, them trying to bring back their mom would mean that they would have to sacrifice either the one who's causing the alchemy, he'd have to sacrifice something of himself or another life. So I guess they weren't fully aware of that because the guy lost his arm, and his little brother lost his whole body except the soul. So he put the soul in the suit of armor. That's how his little brother survived.
I was gonna say it's a crap deal for the little brother.
It is, and he feels bad about it. Trust me. So basically, they're looking for the stone because they know this stone's the only thing that can bring their stuff back. And
Their stuff
but
back.
yeah, but there's also other people going after the same stone, so they're having to get through these other people to get to the stone before them. And it's kind of fucked up. The show can get really fucked up sometimes, but in the end, it's still an anime. If it's still kids can still watch it, but your kids should probably not watch this show. For there's this one.
I mean, I'm thinking like just overall, like what shows have we introduced as our favorites? Most of which I think probably not kid appropriate.
Except Avatar, guys. Avatar,
Scooby Doo, Samurai Jack. Oh, okay, even Samurai Jack. Okay.
The last season, yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah.
Chernobyl, definitely not. Don't.
I'll just
unless
say
you want to
this.
scar your children.
Oh, you don't have to be a child to get scarred by Full Metal Alchemist, because there's this one arc.
Oh, even you.
in the show where something happens with alchemy and transmutation, where even now anyone who makes a reference to it or even like a slight joke to it, anyone who's watched the show will say it's too soon. This show came out in 2009. It's been 11 years, and to talk about that really fucked up thing that happened, it'll still be too soon to ever say any joke about it, because it's that fucked up.
Wow. Okay.
You will be scarred.
So you said there's two different ones, right? Brotherhood, which is
the one that is more faithful
closer to the anime,
to the manga.
Right. Okay.
And Full Metal Alchemist, I believe, was the one that was made first.
Which is a little different.
But it's just a little bit different. I think the main difference is really the ending.
Okay.
Because I believe the writer couldn't finish the show of the Full Metal Alchemist, so the fans and everyone else kind of came together and wrote the ending for the show, and the studios and stuff went for it. And but then Brotherhood was like, the writer's like, no, this is how I wanted to write it, and she did it, and yeah, it's done.
That's interesting. Because then it's like, yeah, we did an ending for you. Oh, Game of Thrones vibes.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad ending. It was just a different ending.
Oh no, he said the ending was good because the whole thing about Game of Thrones where it's like,
yeah. No, it wasn't like no one hated it. Everyone loved it still. But Brotherhood, goes a different route. So I think,
well, okay, fair enough.
If you're watching Full Metal for the first time, I'd say watch Brotherhood, and then if you're interested, you can watch.
Because it's the closest thing to the manga, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can watch either, but I personally went for Brotherhood first. But yeah, great show.
Say fair enough, even though I don't know anything about it.
Both of the shows has the same arc though, where it gets really fucked up. So either one you watch it, it's dude, it's so, oh god, I can't even think about it. Anyway, Code Geass, which is Lelouch Rebellion, Lelouch being the main character here in the middle. So what's about is it's set in like future Japan, where Britain has successfully colonized it. And
yeah, that tracks.
And it's called, because this Japan has been colonized by Britain's by the British, they call it the Holy Empire Britannia. No, sorry. The Holy Empire Britannia is the empire that conquered it. The country is called Britannia. And wait, is the no, sorry. country is called Britannia. The Japan being conquered by Britannia is now called Area 11. And any Japanese who were, you know, in Japan, you know, like, you know, they're considered like, you know, like inferior, or like, you know, of a poor class, a lower class, you know, and there's a lot of racism towards the Japanese people. And
to be fair, not without some historical basis.
Yeah,
that was generally how things were.
So basically, after they had successfully conquered Japan, and now they call it Area 11, they call the original residents, which are the Japanese people, they call them 11s because it's called Area 11. They call them 11s.
Yes.
But they use it in a very derogatory way. Derogatory, yes. By calling them 11s, and you know, like, I mean, they call themselves 11s too sometimes, but when the Japanese call themselves 11s, it's more in terms of like, you know, like they're trying to own the word, you know.
Yeah, okay.
The empire uses the British Empire uses powerfully destructive robotic weapons, which are called nightmares being Gundams, basically. So that's how they keep power and stay in control. But the guy who stands against him is a high school student called Lelouch, and he is a British student. He's British, and he gets this power called the GS from this girl in the green hair, who's called C2 is her name. And
can I just say that I think you've lost Krishna, who I know doesn't watch any anime.
Basically, he gets this.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, this guy, this British student, he gets this power of the GS from this girl called C2, and with this power, he's able to command people to do whatever he wants. He's also he's also a huge fan of chess. So when he
this reminds me of someone.
Yeah, Jessica Jones, I know. Anyway, so
Kilgrave.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right.
He uses his power, and he uses it to rebel the 11s
against
Japanese people,
the British. Yeah,
against the British, despite him being British himself.
Right.
But he does it more for fun, rather than, you know, for like genuine care for the Japanese people. But he's still doing it, and he's, you know, they're winning or, you know, they're losing. You know, there's a lot of stakes, and it's really interesting what happens. And I'd say just watch it, because to
be fair, some anime is like that, which is like it takes like 15 minutes to explain.
It's only 2 seasons, and like the ending is just gonna like change everything you think about every character in the show, basically. And it's so well written. I would recommend it to anyone who's into like this whole, you know, war strategy, war films, and you know, chess. Basically, he's playing chess in war. This is what's basically happening. And
chess is such a common metaphor now, though.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it it's like chess? The thing the bad guy plays is chess.
But this show came out in 2006, so
okay, maybe it was like this is where it starts. The bad guy playing chess is where it starts. But you know the whole thing. It's like you never see the bad guy playing like Connect 4.
Yeah, but what's funny,
like tic-tac-toe or something.
What's funny for me is like in one of the scenes where he's like planning out strategy and stuff to basically there's this one scene where he's like commanding his Japanese forces to attack the British forces, and then there's like a prince on the British side who's doing the same thing. So they're basically playing chess against each other, but in this really wide scale, real world consequences kind of way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, bad guys playing chess in movies, that is like a movie now. It's like a trope.
Yeah. But at some point, it just looks like they're just playing an RTS game.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, it doesn't look like that. That's just what I thought of when it's happening. I was like, oh,
You know,
that's fun.
like you say, you've obviously got this couple of animes on there. I've been recommended a few animes. I think I've been recommended Sword Art. Have you heard of
No,
that?
don't. I mean, you can watch Sword Art Online, but I wouldn't say it's one of the better animes.
Yeah,
It's okay.
to be honest.
It's okay. I know you, and I know you wouldn't like Sword Art Online.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You would, however, like Code Geass though.
I probably would.
You definitely would. Because it's just
Like I like to think I enjoy anime, but then if you can't Ghibli anime, then sure. I mean,
Ghibli is.
I've seen Your Name, which everybody has seen. That's like a weeb thing, isn't it?
But no,
I mean,
Code
is there anybody
Geass-
here who hasn't seen Your Name? Because like I feel like even white people have seen Your Name by now.
Well,
I'm not white.
and Krishna hasn't seen
Krishna, have you seen Your Name?
Huh?
It's like, have you seen Your Name, Krishna? Because I think like
it.
doesn't everyone?
I'll take that as a no. Yeah, I don't think he has, Tim.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I thought everyone's seen Your Name.
It is one of the very popular anime movies, but
Yeah.
trust me, if you like, I don't know, just watch Code Geass. I think you'll like it. It's very. I can't say much about it because it'll spoil the whole ending, and I don't want to spoil the ending.
Yeah, fair enough. Some shows like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess.
Of course, there's only one show we haven't discussed, which is Avatar. But then, like,
we had, but I didn't. I mean, okay,
But,
geez, why did I
yeah.
put Avatar there? God, could you believe it? Avatar, the last
so
Airbender?
unexpected.
Unexpected as fuck. No, obviously Avatar is there. You know, season 1, season 2, season 3, all great.
No debate over Legend of Korra or Last Airbender. But I can guess what that is. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean,
For me, it was more of a debate.
I've already talked about why. For me, there's no debate at all. Just because Last Airbender, I feel like has the better characters, the better story, the better, not world, but maybe the world aspect could probably be debated. But I just care more for the story and the characters in Airbender than Korra.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I mean, I think they aim at different stuff.
And Last
Okay.
Airbender gave us one of the best redemption arcs we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, what else can you say though? Avatar is fantastic. It's
yes. Avatar. Watch it.
It was like the one thing I didn't know what else was gonna be on this night. But Avatar was like I figured, yeah, Turin's gonna have it, 100%.
And look at that.
If only Krishna had watched it. If
Yeah.
only Krishna had watched it, then we could have like Avatar is like the one thing that's been like shared by all
Tell you
three of
what.
us.
Once I finish Avatar, we can have a whole episode dedicated to Avatar.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Alright.
We'll
yeah,
see.
it's something we're
That
thinking
makes
about.
you happy.
Like
We're
Avatar.
thinking
we'd love
about it.
to
We
talk
don't
about.
know when, or we'll see. We'll see.
Does that sound like
Uh,
something you guys would watch in the chat? Whole episode about Avatar?
One episode of Avatar.
Just about Avatar?
I think you would need some really hardcore fans to
Yeah.
put this up.
I mean, the thing is, though, I was chatting with Tarun a little bit before we started this thing. I was like, you know what? Like, we talk about Avatar a lot, but then I was like, yeah, I'm always down to talk about it if you guys want to. Like, you said, let's talk about Avatar for 3 hours. I'd be like, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Like, instant. Like, yeah, sure.
Yes.
'Cause Avatar is like the one TV show that lives in my head, like without rent.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think from this list, if I were to say what my top show is, it's probably it's very hard, you know. It's Avatar.
Yeah.
But for my second, I guess if I had to choose a second best, probably be honestly it might be Code Geass.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just because it goes in a direction I don't expect it to. And I really like it for doing that.
Okay. Honorable mention?
I'll mention.
Yeah.
It'd have to
Seriously,
be.
guys, am I the only one to thought about this?
It'd have to be
That's what we got with Krishna. It was like, yeah, no.
It'd have to be
Yeah, no.
another.
My honorable mention would be, either Tom and Jerry, which is
Yeah, I know.
scripted,
You
or-
said eventually.
You already
we had to pressure you into it. So now,
Well,
turns out I'm the only one who's thought about it.
well,
or what's that? Atlanta. It's
Yeah.
really good.
All right.
anyhow. Okay, let me say mine now. God, guys. Well, it'll have to be another anime, and it'd have to be Death Note.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard about Death Note.
Death Note. I feel like Death Note is purely because, well, one of the bigger reasons is because it's the anime that got me back into anime. And because before Death Note, I think it was like for like a whole year, I just didn't watch any anime because I was just reading manga for like a year or two, and I watched some anime here and there, but for like a year and a half before Death Note, I just didn't watch anything or even read manga for a while. But Death Note got me back into all of it because it just made me appreciate like this is what anime can give you. So
Yeah,
good.
fair enough. You know, part of the reason why I don't watch anime is because I figure like once I start, I'll just go down that rabbit hole and I will be like wasting a lot of time.
Depends on which one you start.
Yeah, but then you're like, if I watch a really good one, then I'm like, I'll move on to the next one and the next one. Just be like down the rabbit hole and I'll
'Cause-
never come out again.
Because I can be like, oh, watch Demon Slayer, but you might
Yeah.
not get into
I'm
it.
resisting my conversion to full weeb. Is what it is.
Yeah, but it could easily be like you might not get into Demon Slayer, and then I'm like, all right then, watch Hunter x Hunter, but you might not get into it. There's like, actually Hunter x Hunter, maybe.
Oh my God.
Naruto, I think was first anime for a lot of people. Who
Yeah, I
didn't
hear a
watch
lot about
anime.
Naruto.
But Death Note, I think, is very popular amongst like the anime that got people into anime. For me, it got me
Actually,
back
I'm
into
lying.
anime.
I'm lying. I have watched anime. If you count Pokemon, the Pokemon anime, I watched that.
Yeah, but that was so widely popular. Like, it didn't really grab people into coming to watch anime.
I don't know, man. I was really into the Pokemon anime for a while. Maybe because I was really into Pokemon. But yeah. Is that Pokemon anime? They're still doing it, aren't they?
Pokemon's anime.
They're gone on for ages. Yeah, they're still making it.
Yeah, it didn't.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
I thought it ended at some point.
I thought
You think it would? My God, I mean, that dude, what's his name? Ash has been like just traveling around.
If you
forever.
think that's a long-running anime, you are mistaken,
Oh,
sir.
yeah, I'm sure there's. Yeah.
One Piece, longest-running anime ever.
There's like 1,000 episodes or something.
I don't know how many episodes it's on actually.
It's a lot. I bet.
Oh my god, there's 20 seasons, and the 20th season just came out with. I was gonna come out with a 93rd episode.
As in, not of the series, of the season.
Of this season.
Oh jeez.
Oh my god.
Yikes! Wow.
Yeah, that's yeah, and
Yeah, I don't think I'll get into that just because.
No,
like,
I
that is
haven't.
that sounds like a what 25-year journey.
I haven't watched this One Piece either, just because like it's so far gone now. Like I just can't get into it anymore. Like I mean, I could watch it and I'll probably like it, but there's no way I'm catching up. There's no way.
Yeah. I mean, have you watched the Pokemon anime?
Of
That's my
course, of course, I have.
Yeah. I used to get really annoyed by Ash just because, like, yeah.
I really like Team Rocket.
Well, I mean, the classic antagonist, though.
Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Death Note, again, for those who don't know, is just this high school kid gets a Death Note, literally a book called Death Note, a notebook, and in it, if he writes someone's name, with their he just has to picture their face, write their name, and they die. That's kind of how the Death Note works. You can write how they die. If you don't write how they die, they'll just die of a heart attack. Basically, when the protagonist or antagonist, however you want to look at him, he tests this out. He figures out how it works, and then he starts using it to kill off terrorists, criminals, people kept in prisons. This whole out, it takes it really far, and then police start catching on, like this guy is somehow mysteriously killing all these people, like this one person, but they can't figure out who it is. And then they bring in this other guy called L, and now it's basically a fight between it's an intellectual fight between L and our main character Light Yagami. And
you're gonna hate me for this.
Yeah.
But I actually just looked it up. Pokemon is longer than One Piece.
Really?
Yeah. One Piece has had 980 episodes. Pokemon is on 1,158.
Oh wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Just to say that Pokemon is longer. Yeah.
But anyway,
which is crazy because I did not know that. I didn't think Pokemon was that long.
But anyway, I'd say watch Death Note for anyone who wants to get into anime. But also watch Code Geass, and yeah.
Wasn't there a Death Note movie?
Am
I thinking of something else?
Was there? I don't know.
Or was it a show or something? There was a Death Note show.
There was
like a different show, not a.
Wait,
not the anime.
Do you mean the live action movie?
Yes.
From Netflix?
There was a live action something or other.
From Netflix?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, don't watch that. That's
Yeah,
atrocious.
I heard it was really bad.
It does not do the original, any favors.
Yeah, but that's just how they do anime adaptations, and that they're all pretty
bad,
terrible. Because there was Ghost in the Shell, which was I heard was not that great, and then I hear they're planning Your Name.
Ghost in the Shell was okay compared to what Death Note was. Death Note was just bad.
Yeah, and then I hear they're doing an adaptation of Your Name.
Yeah.
Just because that's how it goes.
Why
would you? Can you not make up something? Can you not have your own ideas, guys? Come on. Hollywood sometimes.
I don't know, man. It's sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess let's
open it up to the floor, maybe. Ask people in the chat anything you guys want to mention that we haven't. Anything you guys enjoyed.
If anyone's still here.
If anyone's still watching.
I don't know. It was like we've been streaming for 3 hours now.
Yeah, because you can't stop talking about Avatar.
Yeah, it's Avatar, dude. What do you expect?
Look, I mean, the way I say it, 1 hour each.
Yeah, 1 hour each. We kind of.
Oh, okay, that's fair then.
Yeah. Hello.
All right,
it's in the chat. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, you're 2 minutes overtime, so TikTok.
Nah, I don't watch that social media. I'm not on that.
Yeah, I don't get the hype about TikTok. How are we talking about TikTok now?
Not TikTok. I mean TICKTOCK. Not TikTok, the app.
No, man. There's only one
TikTok as in time's running.
No, man. No, man. We don't know about that.
We don't know analog clocks.
This generation, all we know is TikTok, the app.
Yes.
When you say TikTok, that's what the app.
Yes.
That's the app.
That's the
Wait,
app.
weren't you talking about cassettes before? Come on.
No, we're talking about cassettes.
I'm pretty sure there's an app called Cassettes.
Probably.
Because the whole thing, when I was looking into getting a vinyl player, they have vinyl players, and then the vinyl player has Bluetooth. So you can put on your headphones and connect it to the vinyl player, which is okay, why?
Why?
Well, so, yeah.
Anyway, just to quickly go back through everyone's picks, we had Krishna with The Boys, Stranger Things, Black Mirror, The Office, Breaking Bad, Justice League Animated Series, Chernobyl, Bodyguard, and Pictures. And with his honorable mention being Tom and Jerry.
And Atlanta.
You only get one.
I love the honorable mention, though, by the way.
You only get one, sir.
I don't care. You talk about Avatar so much.
No,
I
but
get
Avatar's
that.
on our list.
Yeah, Avatar's on our list. That's the difference, sir. You didn't put it on your list, sir. Yeah.
Okay, well, it's
Tim.
1 against 2, so obviously I can't argue.
Exactly. Tim had Avatar, The Last Airbender, Westworld, Chernobyl, The Crown, Blackadder, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Samurai Jack, Scooby-Doo, and Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. With his honorable mention
I tell you, you're sleeping on Deep Space Nine because it's probably one of the best TV series out there.
And your honorable mention was
Legend of Korra.
Legend of Korra. And little...
Which I'm sure is going to piss off some people, but, you know, whatever.
Yes. Me. No. Anyway, and my picks, the correct picks, were...
The correct picks.
Love, Death, and Robots, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Code Geass, Lelouch Rebellion, Doom Patrol, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Daredevil, The Mandalorian, Breaking Bad, and Community, with my honorable mention being Death Note. But yeah, that is our picks of our...
You know, I think with the games, the movies, the TVs, I think you guys get a pretty good picture of what our tastes are like.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd say so too. I don't know.
Because I think, you know, does the kind of stuff you watch really give an idea into your personality? I think, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered a lot of bases in terms of our taste in media, which also means we need to come up with a new idea for our next podcast stream.
I'm still 100% behind doing an episode for Avatar. Let me just say that.
Me too. Next episode.
Just because if we say, like, okay, we'll do it next week, that forces Christian to watch Avatar.
We'll see. Next podcast.
We'll do it next year.
Next year.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing that without Krishna then. Next podcast, Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Avatar stock in general, probably. It's nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, we'll be chatting behind the scenes, and
yeah,
like, I'm sure we'll figure some other stuff out.
We'll see.
There's always like a different types of media that we can talk about.
Exactly. We'll see what.
If we talk about top 9.
Maybe we can detract from the top 9 stuff. We've done it so much now.
No. Top 9 horror movies. I know we were planning that maybe.
Oh yes, that's right. Top 9 horror movies.
No, I don't know. I think I have to watch more horror movies for that.
I think I've only watched like 2.
Yeah, but then some people are wimps.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've only watched like 2.
Wow, I felt like Christian didn't appreciate how much shade I just threw at you there.
Sorry,
Wow.
what?
Yeah, it sums it up.
Yes.
Oh man.
Well.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, I think that's...
I feel like if we ever show our faces on live action, we'll have to look exactly. So that means, Krishna, you have to paint your beard green.
And I have to go ginger.
Yes, 100%.
And Tim, you have to dye your hair blue.
Yeah, and I have to get contacts, apparently.
Yeah, me too. And some makeup.
Yeah, to get a creator's tattoo. Would you actually do that?
No.
If someone asked you, like...
No.
No, if someone told you, like, if someone told you, like, I'll give you $1 million if you get, like, a tattoo, it's like a permanent tattoo, like, of Kratos.
No,
would you?
No. No, I wouldn't.
No, but I feel like there's like a limit. Like a
Nah.
money limit. Past which you would.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get any sort of
2
face
million?
tattoo. I wouldn't get any sort of face tattoo. Face tattoos in general are just a bad idea. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like there's like a certain point past which you would.
No.
Like $1 billion.
No.
2 billion?
No.
3.
No.
Nah. You know what, guys? I'll find out for you what Turin's limit is, and then I'll let you know. Or on social media, I'll be like, if someone has $4 billion, Turin can get a Kratos tattoo on his face.
Still no.
No, because I've actually heard, this is I know we've gone on for ages, but people who get Taco Bell tattoos, apparently, some of them get like free Taco Bell.
That's not worth it.
Yeah.
Taco Bell isn't that great.
You're probably not, yeah. Probably. No, but they're probably like some super fans. I mean, if you did that for McDonald's.
I can see people doing it for McDonald's, but I'd still say it's not that worth it, guys. Just.
Or it's like that guy who named his baby Dovahkiin and Bethesda was going to give him free games for life or something.
Did he do it?
Yeah, he did.
Of course he did. Oh, I'd be down for that. Just
What?
because, like, what?
From Bethesda.
What? Name your baby Dovahkiin? Like, that's a cool name. Why? Like, fine, Dovahkiin, and then the kid can use their middle name if they want. They don't have to use Dovahkiin. Make Dovahkiin the middle name.
Some dude is walking around Dovahkiin Smith.
No, just make Dovahkiin the middle name instead, though.
No, it was the first name. I think it was the first name.
They specifically requested the first name.
No, as in he did it, and then he told Bethesda, and Bethesda was like, "Yeah, okay, free games for life."
Oh, I see. Okay, that's still a cool name, but
yeah, I mean, it's not the worst name.
No.
I don't think I'd use it for my kids, but
no,
you do you.
I'd use it as a middle name maybe, but yeah, not as a first name.
I don't know, man. I feel like you got to do that. Go all the way, or don't do it.
No, I feel like it fits better as a middle name.
Yeah, but then who uses middle names though? So
exactly, it's optional. And then when someone asks, it's like, "Oh, that's cool." It's like a cool fact. Like, oh,
it is pretty badass. I'll give you that.
Yeah, like someone says, "What's your name?" John D. Smith. Oh, what's the D? Dovahkiin. Like,
Dovahkiin, yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, that would be cool.
This guy's badass.
But yeah. Anyway, we've gone on long enough.
All right. Thank you for joining us.
That was our picks of our top 9 TV shows of all time. Personally, mine being the correct picks. And
I don't know, there's a lot of TV shows out there.
No.
Yeah.
The only guy who got it wrong today is Krishna by not putting Avatar up there.
Yeah, I was saying we could have had like the trifecta. Avatar is in our Hall of Fame as the one show, one piece of media that's.
We'd be a pretty boring channel if that happened,
Bruh.
Nah.
No, I think
we'll be disrespected if that didn't happen. It did.
No,
it didn't.
That's you. Okay, you gotta think about the audience.
No, I feel like people will now distrust our judgment.
Actually, don't think about the audience. You know what I mean.
You know what he means, guys. He didn't pick Avatar. Shame him.
Yeah.
For shame.
Wanna become famous by followers? No.
Dude, can I just say, Spammer, you came really late. We're wrapping this up now.
Yeah, what the fuck? Are you dumb?
I don't know. Why would you do that? We're finishing this.
Alright. No. Yeah, deleted.
Alright, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Krishna, for showing up. Yeah.
Alright. I'll see you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Krishna, you're not gonna say bye.
Bye.
Well, that was like so enthusiastic.
So...
All right.
All right. Bye.